All right, I think I'm live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy Saturday night to you. Can't believe it is Saturday, right? Is it Saturday? Oh my God, it is Saturday. Where has the time gone? Definitely flown by. Can't believe it's almost the end of the year already here, too. But welcome, everybody. I'm so excited to see what messages come through from Spirit this evening or this morning if you're on the other side of the planet. But before we get into all that, let us bring in some beautiful love energy. And as we like to start, we like to, bring this wonderful presence into this moment, out of the future, out of the past, out of the chaos of the world, and come back to right here, right now, in this moment. And we do that by taking a big, deep breath, becoming conscious of right here, right now, and then hold it for as long as you feel comfortable. Don't pass out or hurt yourself. And then slow exhale out, right? So let's do that, and then we'll bring in the singing bowl. So if you'd like to join me, here we go. Big, deep breath in and hold. Beautiful. And then we will hit the singing bowl 3 times. And as I do that, I can just imagine a beautiful waterfall of energy flowing down from the heavens or expanding from your soul outward. And just fills us up, our minds, all our thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets, our hearts with all of our emotions into our energetic bodies, all of our chakras, our meridians, our auras, to our physical body, into all of our cells and our blood, our organs, our skin, everything fills us up. And then it flows out to the outside world, letting it do whatever it wants to do out there to help raise the vibration of the planet. Because we know it is not at the highest vibration possible. We wouldn't be here, right? Zip, we'd go into the ethereal plane, but, um, so as I hit the singing bowl, something that we can do to add to the collective, the higher vibration of the collective, and of course our own lives, is to focus just on one thing that we're grateful for right here, right now, in our own lives. And then that raises our vibration. It allows us to receive more of that from the spirit world as well. So I'll hit this 3 times. Watch your ears and your volume. It changes how loud it is every time I hit it. So depends on where I hit it. It's a very unique singing bowl. So let us begin and remember gratitude. Here we go. She is singing so much tonight. This weekend, she's this must be this new moon in Sagittarius. She's just vibrating. She's just not getting quieter. So shh, it's okay. You can rest now. So thank you guys so much for joining me and doing that. Let me put her back here by the Christmas tree. And I'm so grateful. So hello, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing weekend full of amazing moments. Because every moment is amazing. Just sometimes we have a hard time seeing it, right? I know I'm human. I get it. But we will get into everything in here in a sec. I just wanted to say hello to everyone. And if you're new to my channel, hey, welcome. We've got a great group of Zen friends with huge hearts and great senses of humor. So, two things we can definitely use on this human adventure and journey. So, welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. So, I'm grateful to have you here. Thank you, everyone, too, for all the thumbs up. It does help me spread the Zen love, and you are part of the love tsunami. It's something you can do for free. And just show the channel some love. Show me a little love. And I'm grateful for that. What else? What else? What else? Right. If you want to know how the whole process works, if you check out the description box of the video, it lists the whole process. Free readings are first come, first serve, and they're generally 1 to 2 card readings. If you make a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. Step out of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning we get into spilling the tea with Bretta Z, pulling more cards. And you also get a fortune cookie, which I'll show you which one when we get to that. When I go through sometimes an entire oracle deck and then I move on to another one. So I like this one that we started using. We finished up another one last night. So it's a little extra tidbit to end kind of round out your reading. And if you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box. That do have my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. I don't have any set dollar amounts. I know everyone's finances vary and the rate of exchange is different. Everyone's income is different. So whatever you're able to give from your heart, I know it's what you're able to give right now. And I'm grateful for that. I do honor that. So let's see here. I think that's the main things there. I do, if 2.5 hours in, if I have not got to any free readings, I do step out of donations to complete at least 30 minutes of free readings. And then I go back and finish out the donations. And then if I am feeling spunky and I want to finish out more free readings, then I do. And lately I've been completing them all. But balance is key. So not sure how long I'll do that. So just beware. And then after each of the sessions, I do post a pinned comment listing all the readings completed along with the timestamps. So all you have to do is if you come back to the reading after the stream, you can just look for that pinned comment at the top, expand it, see your name, click on it. That little timestamp will take you right to your reading. So I like that. I just posted. We had a shorter session this morning. It was only a couple hours. So give me time to get some other stuff done on the could-do list. And one of them was putting out the full moon drawing. We just had the new moon drawing, but every new moon and every full moon, I do post a video. We have a drawing where you have a chance to win a 30-minute person recorded reading or my Hedge of Peace and Love. Here's the one for the new full moon. The new the new full moon. The next full moon that's coming up on January 3rd. I'm going to continue to do these through 2026. The drawings every new moon and full moon until there's no interest, or until spirit says enough, which I don't think they ever would. But it's always in the description box of the stream too. The current giveaways are listed down there. So if you ever are wondering, just go to the recent stream, expand, look in the description box. It's right in there. Also, all of my what am I trying to say? My personal readings, getting easily distracted, that Sagittarius energy. all of my personal readings, both recorded and live, and also my Hedges of Peace and Love are on sale all the way through the end of day on January 1st of 2026. So if you want to take advantage of the specials going on, all those are listed in the description box too. But the one I just posted is a video that tells it all if you just want to hear it, not have to read it. And then lastly, but not leastly, we do have a podcast called The Easier Path. And we'll have a new one coming out Christmas if I get busy on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday to get it done. But the playlist is in the description box of the video, of course, and on my main page of my channel too. And last one, this is the I just posted in the chat the most recent episode, The Adventure, which is the Unicorn of Love, which is about pursuing the elusive thing called love, right? That mysterious, elusive unicorn called love. So if you're interested, check those out. That's all free. And there's a lot of great stuff in there. I tell the stories of my drama and my trauma, the human perspective of why we go through those things, why the humans do what they do, from Spirit's perspective on why we want to experience it, and then hints from Spirit on how we can make it an easier path instead of a harder one. Thus, the name of the podcast, right? All right. So that is the skinny on all the shenanigans. Let me just skip past this here. I love my little Android pad here, iPad, or whatever you call them these days. Um, I'm going to be moving my old computer that's been into somewhere else, and I'm going to use my little iPad here with my computer. So I'm adjusting. You can teach old dogs new tricks. I love it. All right. So yes, hey Marissa. Yes, I'll give the list here in a quick moment. I'm going to do some shout outs, and then I'll give the overall big list that's coming in here as well. Let me get rid of this thing off of here. All right. And get rid of this up here too. Just kind of keeping them both running to make sure everything's set up where I don't miss anything. I'm getting very confident in it though. All right. Let's do some shout outs we've got here. I'll start from the bottom, working my way up. We do have June. Hey, June. Whoa. Don't push that button. All right, there we go. Let me move this mouse. There we go. Good to see you. So thank you so much for your dual donations. You'll actually be number 4 on the list. Of course, times 2. Oh, that mouse is going crazy over there. All right, sorry. Like I said, distractions. Squirrel. All right. And then Marissa, you will be up first. So hey, Marissa, good to see you. You will be up first. I got your PayPal first before anyone, so you'll be up first. And then we got Happy Bill in the house. You actually will be number 3 on the donation list there. So thank you so much for that donation. And then we have Maria P in the house. So you will be number 2 on the donation list. And I got your free reading down on the list too. And then we've got here, yeah, we got Dollface Diva. Hello. And then when Happy Pill, I do have your free reading then on here too. We got User PC. Hello. We got Cat Mia. Meow. Good to see you. Cat Mia. I don't know if it's not that kind of cat. If it is, meow. Here you go. Cat Meow. And then Touch of Love as well. So good to see you, Touch of Love. And so the list here, real quick. Donations, Marissa. Let me grab your official name here. I had jotted you down from PayPal. So let's get your correct one here. It's the devil's in the details. And I'm a Capricorn. That's the devil card. So, all right, Capricorn rising. So we got Marissa Smith up first, and then Maria P, and then Happy Pill, and then June times 2. And then if there's no other donations, we'll go into the free readings, which is Touch of Love, Cat Mia, User PC, Happy Pill, Dollface Diva, and Maria P. So I believe that is where we are at. One other quick yep. All right. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to be using this lunar tarot again in honor of the new moon here in Sagittarius. We're still feeling that energy here. Good time to plant. If you didn't catch the uh, new moon ritual and where we talked about how to make the most of new moon wishes, make sure to check out last night's stream, Friday night's PM stream. There's no AM, but the Friday stream. Because at the beginning, after I did the singing bowl, we did a little ritual with a candle for some release, and we talked about how to make the most of manifestation with the Sagittarius new moon energy. So be sure to check that out. All right. So I think that is it. Do a little cheers. I got some nice green tea going on here. So we have some tea. All right. Turn that down a little bit. It's really hot. That's good. That little cup warmer over there is working overtime. All right. So let's dive in. Thank you guys again so much for being here. I love feeling y'all's energy. I did live in Texas for a while. All right. So Marissa Smith, you are up first. Here is your timestamp at 17 even. All right. There is your question. Thank you. Right on time there. Energy between Vaughn and you. All right, let's see what's going on with Vaughn Wilder. Isn't that a movie? Something like that. Let's take a look here. That's beside the point. Let's see what the energy is going on between the two of you. All right, so we've got this. We've got this here. So I'm crunching my little throat lozenge. All right. Wow. Quite a lot of energy that's happening here. So we'll see what we got going on here. Yeah. I know I shouldn't do that, not show you the card, right? Got the Tower card as the underlying energy on the bottom here. And that does tell us, of course, a message of things being removed out of our lives suddenly to make space for things that are more in alignment with our energy, right? To make the space for something and to clear the pathway for us to move forward as well. We'll see more the energy, what this means, because it can be the old ways are going away because it can't stay the way they are and it needs to evolve or a mindset needs to change or an emotion or it can mean any part of a relationship that can change doesn't mean the entire thing so I should have said that up front, right? It's like, well, okay, we'll find out more what's happening here. Your first card, yeah, you got the Three of Swords, which is the heartache and disappointment card. It is a little bit of expectations equal disappointment, and there is some of that energy that's coming in here that, you know, well, let's before I dive into that, let's see what these other two cards are. Oh my gosh. There is quite a bit of expectations here. You got the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords, the Nightmare and Insomnia card of the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So all of these expectations cards coming out side by side by side. The Three of Swords is kind of by itself, and these other two are bam right there, which is we get to a point where we're like, I'm just tired of trying to please everyone. And even if, like, let's say you don't even have or have voiced any you we're human, you're gonna have expectations. But even if you didn't voice them, they had a ton of them, especially Gemini, in their head before they even met you. When they're growing up, a lot of that they felt what's required of them, what they're supposed to do, should do, need to do, have to do, must do. And then also on everyone else, what you're supposed to do, should do, need to do, and not do, and do, and blah, 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 right? So there's a lot of that mental energy, Gemini. All right, we know that. Um, but there is this, I just can't take it anymore. I can't, I fear disappointing people. and there's so many expectations. It's so far up. I feel like I'm, working in the negative, trying to get up to 0 with all the expectations. And again, this is from I feel like this is their energy. It's like, but I'm not e expecting anything from you, and it's like, it don't matter. Don't matter what you're doing, it's already existing in this pre-formatted, brain of theirs from their childhood, and if they haven't done a whole lot of questioning, of releasing of these things, then there's a lot of pressure in every area of their life, not just yours, and this what kind of feels almost like, it's called like a a Saturn return. It's interesting. I was just sorry, going off into my head. Aquarius air sign, uh, but I'm a Capricorn rising, and that's what I mentioned earlier. The Devil card is Capricorn energy ruled by Saturn, and a Saturn return is when Saturn returns back to where it was in our birth chart in the beginning, and Saturn is the big questioner, the shaker, the rattler of our long-held thoughts and beliefs, and that's the kind of energy I'm getting here. It happens every 28, 29 years. It's how long it takes Saturn to get around the orbit of the sun, um, where it takes us a year, right? It takes 28, 29 years for it to do that. But because it's so far out, it can impact us 3 to 5 years before and after. So if they're anywhere between, um, 24 and 34, that 10-year period is where our rattling cage happens. And then we have it again. I just hit, I turned 58 this year. I know. It's my second Saturn return, which is a much calmer one, just so you guys know. The first one, we face everything. The second one, we learn by watching other people and see other people go through things. Being in the audience going, "Oh, I'm learning from what hell you're going through. I like this one much better." All right. Underneath the surface of all that, we do have the Justice card. Yeah, here's that Ace of Swords, which is they're trying to see things from a different perspective, which is good. I like seeing that because it means they're questioning these things and they're in this place. Yeah, and the Death card. Endings and beginnings energy here too. Oh, he's in a relationship. Maybe not for long, because it feels like they are ready for this big shakeup in electricity that's happening in their lives here. So, um, I definitely feel like there's this I'm tired of everyone, job, relationships, family, the world. I'm just tired of trying to live up to all this stuff. I'm done. So this is this death card, this transformation energy, because they just are tired of experiencing all that. Which, well, I'm glad that it's not your guys' relationship that they're in, that you guys are in, because this is like they are done with that. So let's see what else. I feel like you needed to know that that's where they're at in their life. They're just like, stick a fork in me. I'm done with a lot of things in life, and they're ready for this shake up and everything that's going on with it here. So let's take a look and see what we've got here. You waiting for him to return? All right. Let's see what I feel like the rest of these will tell us the energy that's existing um, current energies with you two. Yeah, we got temperance, right? Phases of the moon, slowness, patience. Ah. Let's see what else. Let's try another card. We got the 4 of cups, and this they call contemplation. And this is, you know, have patience with them while they're contemplating their life because you don't want to be in that mental storm, with them going on. You want them to figure that all out before, because otherwise it's going to create a lot of conflict, because that's where they're at right now. The 4 of Cups is an energy of boredom, emotional stagnancy. I'm tired of things. Nothing is pleasing me. I want something more in life. So this is kind of where they're at, which is right in alignment with like a Saturn return. It's almost like a pre-midlife crisis, kind of energy. Yeah, the 9 of Pentacles. This is kind of calls it abundance, but this is an independence energy. So this does reinforce that they need to have some time to themselves to figure some stuff out after they leave that relationship, because you don't want them to jump from that with you anyway. You want some cooling off period. You want them to figure some shit out, right? But we got the judgment card along with all this too, which is their higher self calling them to like a different place in their life too. And um, this is what makes sense with all of this, that they're trying to figure out, what am I here for? Who am I? What's the dealio, right? So I feel like this in between here, we've got all these groups of cards here. It makes sense. This is where they're at and where they're about to, and then the little pause period in between while they're figuring who they are, what they want, getting the stuff worked out. And then I feel like we go to you guys next, but these two cards are still below this pause period. Yeah, the Hanged Man, time for transformation. And yeah, because you're a butterfly and you want a butterfly, not a caterpillar with fake wings. You want a real cat. You want a real butterfly that could go with you, because you can't carry them; they're too heavy as a caterpillar. You would have to walk next to them as a butterfly, going, "I could fly, but seriously, I gotta walk." And then you're like, "Well, I'm gonna use my wings and not walk." How embarrassing that you would use your wings and fly. Well, I don't have them. All right, I'll walk next to you. You don't want that, right? You want to be able to have them as a butterfly. And the 8 of Wands, yeah, progress. I like this. Movement, it is a fast movement. Don't feel like it's like, how many years is that gonna be? I feel like he moves pretty quick here. I'm getting more of like a 5 to 6 month period after they end that relationship. Give it a good 5 to 6 months before, you know, that's like the cocooning period where they come out of butterfly and you're like, they're ready to fly. We can go on adventures now. Let's see here what happens after all this here based on current energies. We do have the 10 of cups, harmony, relationship energy. So it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. You got the 2 of cups, relationship energy. Can't make it up. Page of cups, possibilities, higher love. Wow. So 10 of cups, 2 of cups, page of cups. A lot of emotional energy. You can't make that. You can't, anyway. And then underneath of all that, we do have the emperor energy that comes in with that too. Underneath it all, which is this, you get to decide what you want. And um out of our head. So while they're going through their stuff, we can still, you know, even though you've really transformed and you're like a butterfly now, you're like, you know what? I'm going to paint my wings a different color. I'm going to, bring some more vibrancy into it, because I'm going to do my inner work even more. I'm going to let go of some old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve me, and emotions that don't serve me, energy that don't serve me, even physical things that don't serve me anymore. And while they're in the cocoon, we don't have to sit there going bored out of our gourd, right? Going, God, how long is it going to be? I'm going to busy myself working on myself. And that's what this emperor is I get to decide what I want in life and what my plans are. I'm not, they're not my life. They can be a part of my life. So this energy underneath is like, yeah, it's going to be wonderful, if it's worth the wait. But while you're waiting, don't put your life on hold. Live your life, develop your life, and live your passion. And then they can become a part of your life, but they are not your life. You know what I'm saying? So I like this for you. Um, like I said, and I feel like it's very close, this lightning bolt. It's like you can feel the hair standing up on your arms. The lightning bolt is about to strike, right? And and then give them 5 to 6 months. It doesn't mean there won't be any contact or anything like that with you, just 5 to 6 months, before a relationship forms, between the 2 of you guys, so you can be a friend, a close friend, be a support, and even just put a boundary down going, "You need time to find out what you want in life and all that, and we can hang out and, let's we could be best friends," and whatever you want that to mean for you. is kind of what spirit is nudging towards. This evening, put these cards over here. We're going to be using for donations. We're using the Ascendium um, Oracle. These are a vibration shifting affirmation oracle. Ooh, they're really beautiful. I mean, look at this side of the deck. That's the like the standard um, of the deck there. So let's take a look here. See what we got here. So what else here for Marissa? All right, we got this here. Do you have spiritual mastery? There you go. Boom. It says, I walk the path of spiritual mastery, actualizing the limitless power, wisdom, and love that resides within me. And I love that. There's this, I finished I think it was Mel Robbins' book, the Let Them Theory. And she talks about it in there. And she talks like 2/3 of the book is about relationships. And she talks about that, you know, we don't date to find the one. We date to find what we don't want and what we do want, but we're not here to be, someone's child or mother or spouse or, partner or whatever. We're here to share the love in our heart, like it says, with the world in our own special way. And then we share our life with someone. And that goes back to that, someone isn't our life. They're just a part of it. So I like that. So hopefully that helps, my dear. That's what they have for you right now. So thank you again for your donation. I know I'm messing with this hat. I'm not used to wearing things on my head. All right. So there you go. Many blessings. I tell you, why am I so distracted? It's got to be this Sagittarius new moon energy. All right. It's like I have ADHD, or I have ADHD, but it's amplified during this period. I have a little bit. All right. So let's see who came in here. Let me update the little list here. So we'll do some shout outs here. So up next, we'll have Maria P for donations, Happy Pill, and then June times 2. And then we have Maria Selentine came in. Hello, hello, my dear. Good to see you. Let's grab your free reading, add it on the list here. And let me just make sure I didn't miss anyone here. We got. No, okay, yeah, that's good. Oh, I love that. Yeah. All right. And then, okay, so that's June. That's 4 years for up there. And then I've got Livier Vagara. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Back again, I know. And here is your free reading. We'll add that onto the list here. And then June is actually times 3. I'll correct that here. And then we've got Sandhya. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Love you too. Thank you for your dual donations. So you'll be up after June times 2. Let me get that on the list here, and then we'll get back into the readings. All right. So Maria P, Happy Pill, June times 3, Sanya times 2. All right. I think that's the way it is. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So let's take another sip. Cheers, everybody. Some tea here right now. All right. So green tea reminds me of my great grandmother on my dad's side. I remember the first time I had green tea in Brownsville, Minnesota, 50 plus years ago. I know they had green tea back then. So that's just a little memory there. Hey, Tashi, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right, let's get into it. Maria P, you are up. Sanya. All right, very good. Thank you. I'll get it right one of these times, Maybe I'll make up my own. I'm just going to call you Sandy. You're like, no. All right. So, Maria, thank you so much for your donation via Z PayPal. Let me bring that up here. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. 3 a.m. in Norway. Oh my goodness, you're in Norway. How beautiful. It must be beautiful there. Wow. I love Norway. From what I've seen of it, you know. All right. So Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you tonight. Let's take a look here as well, right? Just one. He must be drugged, like you said. When you offer to um, get him meds or say hello, his thoughts. All right. And what's going on the dark side? Updates on the dark side. We'll do underneath that. Plans Wally has for your relationship. And then any ladies at a school that flirt with him, you mean? Not with the children. Gross. And does he flirt back? All right. So let's see what we got here. His thoughts and feelings towards you right now. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. We got this earlier, I think, too, which is a kind of a solid foundation. You know, it's a good, um, you know, a feeling of home, you know, kind of energy. And so I feel like the thoughts and feelings just kind of feel stable and it makes sense when, you know, if he's back home from the hospital or whatever. I just feel like he's like in this um, recovery mode. And he's just kind of looking for solidity, you know, kind of energy that's there, right? So I feel like that's kind of where he's at. Nothing's really changed. I feel like since this morning, things are stable, right? Um, his thoughts on when you offer him to get meds and all of that here. Oh, yeah, victory, fulfillment with the World card, and got the King of Cups. King of Cups is this energy of such a wonderful fit, right? It's like the person that's so compatible. So it's a victory. They've emotionally balanced and fulfilled. And so they appreciate that. It just reinforces the care and that you're expressing how you feel about them, in that. Um, so that's a wonderful feeling. What's going on in the dark side over there? Oh God. Yeah, we've got here, they're stuck in the middle, with this Two of Swords. That is conflict energy. Um, on guard, touche, ching, ching, ching. And the Four of Wands is happy and celebration over there too. So it feels like there's conflict over celebration. And I feel like that's where some of the stress and stuff that kind of went in there. Um, but it just feels like, there is, yeah, because it doesn't I feel like someone's there with them, right? Son and grandson and all that. But I feel like there's this celebration type of stuff going on, and he's just trying to not get in a fight right now with all this, right? Under the surface, yeah, Three of Swords. Look at that. When we're looking at updates on the dark side, well, expectations equal disappointment, grief, grief, grief. You're like, "Yay." I know, you feel you might feel bad a little bit. I like hearing that there's conflict over there because I know that means, it's just another push out the door that they're leaving, faster and faster. They already know it's over, but it's, a matter of that. Plans, Wally's, that he has for your relationship here? Yeah, they're really here. Now, don't freak out about this yet here. We got the Devil card and the Tower card, and see all this new moon's energy here? This is about, um the Devil card, which I talked about a little earlier, is about a lot of long-held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and blah, blah, blah. The Tower card is blasting those away. And I feel like that's what, that's the plans, is to get out of what's going on, because some people say it's supposed to be forever, and they already know it's not forever, but they're kind of breaking, everyone, like, family traditions and maybe the organized religion that's around a lot of their family. You're supposed to stay with people, and they haven't really, I don't know if they've really communicated a lot to everyone that, their relationship has ended, and, that's just the baby mama. And they're a part of the family always, but I am going somewhere else. I'm doing something different, but this is, I feel like that's coming in here, right? So the big plan is, they're wanting to break away from the traditional blah 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 of their family to live a life that's different than they would normally be there, if that makes sense. So um then, do any ladies at school flirt with him? I don't know. We got the strength card here, this Leo energy, and I do feel like they do, because he comes across as this strong person, and I just feel like they flirt because they like that strength, they like the protection that he offers in a way. So I just kind of feel like that is, in a way there. Does he flirt back? Nope, 9 of wands, force field. I like that. Bzz, no, bzz, 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 no, bzz, bzz, bzz. No flirting back. So I like all that. So hopefully that gives you some good information there. All right, let me just put these back in here. Let me skip that here. All right. And we'll get you your fortune cookie, and we will circle back around eventually for your free reading as well. But thank you for your donation. Hopefully that means he's feeling good. He's got his meds. They're squaring away on things. So let's see here. What is your fortune cookie? Here it is. Back here. And you got discernment, the third eye. Woo-doo-doo. And it says, my inner knowing provides clear discernment of the highest path, guiding me to decisions that support my greatest potential. So I like that. Trusting your gut, trusting, the energies that you have coming in there as well. Oh, look at all this. You guys are you guys talking smack about me? Speaking in Norwegian? Is that what what you guys are doing? Is that what they call your language? Oh, Serbo-Croatian. Oh, very nice. I wouldn't have known the difference. You go. I love that. Beautiful. Oh, Serbian, Croatian, and Norwegian. Wow. No, I was just joking. I know when people are talking different languages in front of me, I always go, "Are you guys talking about me?" And they're like, "No." I always do that to people. And they're like, "Sorry." I'm like, "No, no, I'm just razzing. That's what I do." All right. We'll continue here. Let's see. I don't think anyone else came in here. Let me just make sure here. Let's see who was the last one here. Was Ateshi. So that's Ateshi there. And then I think all these others here. I'm just going to look at your guys' pictures. Yeah, they're all the same. So that's you guys chatting with each other. All right. Very good. So Happy Pill, you are up next for your donation. And of course, we'll circle back for your free reading eventually as well. So thank you for your donation. We'll give that a love and a like since it lets me. Can you please tell me what's going to happen for you, or what's in the background? All right, we'll take a look here. Take another sip here of this wonderful green tea. All right. So what is going to happen? What's going on or what's going on in the background too? So we got these, got this one I feels under here. These two. All right. Wow, I put that back in the middle of the deck. Well, you do have some change coming here. You got the Tower card on the bottom, which the Tower card is not a bad well, there's no bad cards in tarot, unless you want there to be. That's everyone's own personal journey, right? But this is this energy of realizing that when something gets removed out of our life, someone or something gets removed out of our lives, it is to make the space for something that's more in alignment with what we want, what our higher self wants to experience through this human experience, right? Clears things, it blasts things out of the way so that we can move forward. So it is always for us. It's like if your flight gets canceled or they sold your seat on the plane back in coach, and they're like, "We're so sorry." And you're like, if we freak out, go, "Oh my god, da, da, da." But they're like, if we once we stop being upset, they're like, "So what we're gonna do is give you a first class seat." "Oh, okay." So if we just go with the flow knowing that there's always something better that replaces what's removed, then we can trust that and we can move forward. So I like that. All right. Um, so that's the bottom of the deck. Let's see what else is coming towards you or what you need to know here. Yeah, you got the King of Wands and the Star card. There is this clarity that's coming in around your dream come true here. And it's like there's this something that's not in alignment with the dream of your heart that could be a dream of the mind going as opposed to a should that's rooted in fear, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of not being lovable, all that stuff. There's something that's being removed out to open you up to the dream of your heart instead. So I do like that um that this is happening for you again, so that you feel like you're living instead of existing. Under the surface of that, yeah, a fresh start, new possibilities, letting go of the old. And this is Aquarius energy, which ruled by Uranus, which is something new. The old ways don't work anymore. I need something new. It's a fresh start, getting out of the head again, because that's the limitations. And this is an adventure full of possibilities, kind of like a child when they first see life and like, "Oh my god, anything's possible," until we're convinced by adults, "No, it's not." And there's this wonderfulness, this wishing upon a star energy that's coming in. Let's see where this takes you. Yeah, you got this something that's growing, that's going to eventually turn to gold. Yeah, and we have the 4 of Cups. You're being offered here. Normally, the 3 of Cups are below, like someone sitting by a tree and they see 3 cups. It's the 3 cups of the outside world, relationships, situations, and things that are stagnant, that are not fulfilling, and they're bored. They're sitting there like, "That's it? Is this as good as it gets?" And like, here comes the Ace of Cups, which is a gift from the heavens, which is something from the heart. And that's when you suddenly, instead of feeling stagnant and like you're just existing, there's this energy of feeling, alive instead. So I like that for you. Let's see what else is coming in here with all this. Yep, Page of Cups, higher emotion, higher joy, along with the 5 of Cups, the power of emotional choice, changing things. Yeah, and the Lover's card, the power of emotional choice. So, yeah, there's all of this realizing that all this time, we were taught with the supposed to be's. No, 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 you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. Um, because this is how you will feel. This is how other people will feel. You realize I get to choose how I feel. And no matter what happens in the outside world, I get to choose. I get to choose the story. I get to choose my emotions, which is what all these cups energies are talking about. I get to choose my energy and my actions. I can't control anyone else's. It's like all this energy is returning back to you so that you could live a dream from your heart instead of trying to please everyone else and not piss off anyone. Underneath all of that, you do have the Queen of Pentacles. Yep. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture doing it for you, ready to birth something new, but it's for you instead of everyone else. It's like if you're like at this giant dinner table at a restaurant and we already have appetizers, everyone else is sharing. We're all going to share those. But then the not the appetizer, but the main course, I'm the only one that's gonna eat it in this scenario, right? and everyone's telling me what I should eat. And you're like, what are people gonna think if you get, you know, that big monster plate of nachos with jalapenos and guacamole and sour cream? What? What are people gonna think? And that's one of my favorite things. Um, and it's like, I don't care. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna be the one that has to eat it, and I'll take some home in a doggy bag if I can't eat it all. I'm gonna order it. Everyone else, you gotta order what you want. And there's this kind of stepping into your own kind of energy that's coming in here. So I like that. And then underneath here, yeah, power of choice. Here's the chariot card, like we were talking about, and the magician. Yeah, this is all about you have everything you need within you to make your dreams come true already. And you have the power of choice that comes in. You get to choose your story, your emotions, your energy, and your actions, and no one else's. And no one else can tell you. Well, they can tell you what you're supposed to think, how you're supposed to feel, what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to act. It doesn't mean you have to listen to them, right? You get to choose. And that's what this big thing here is showing you that there's a different choice that's coming. And whatever this is, whatever this shaking and rattling that comes in, that there is this, the purpose is to clear things out of the way, to clear the path for you to head into something that aligns with the dream of your heart, not your head. So I love that for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too, Happy Pill. See what else they have here. But I like this. I know it's scary when the tower's burning down, but as long as you know it's always going to be replaced with something more. Yeah, right. Yeah. Healthy love. Here's the heart, following your heart. And it says, I attract relationships that support my growth, honor my boundaries, and reflect my highest values. Wow. What a powerful, beautiful card for you. And a great affirmation. Right. So that is what they have for you, their happy pill. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Let me see here if we had anyone else come in here. Wow, you guys are chatting up a storm, aren't you? Well, I see Bretta. What is that? My name standing out. I'm just kidding. That could mean something else. All right. So yeah, I think it's just you two guys that are chatting there. So we'll keep going here. All right. So June, hello, June. Good to see you. Thank you for your multiple donations here. Here is number 1 coming in here. So thank you for all the popcorn. And of course, we'll circle back around for number 2 and number 3 here in a momentito. So let's find your first one here. Always good to see you too. So in the last reading, dun dun dun, Spirit mentioned changes this year. Oh, in the Christmas plans. Well, not surprisingly, you were right. Oh, wow. Thank you. I love getting the confirmations. Those are always fun. So what's really going on between S and pressure cooker K? Dun dun dun. That is amazing, isn't it? All right, let's see. I don't think you said anything else here. All right. Spirit also saw an altercation caused by pressure cooker K energy check. I look at, oh, is that for number 2? Or is that for the first one? You want it all in there? Let's drink some tea. We need to prepare for this one. Right. Yum, yum. All right. So let's see here. What's really going on? What's really going on with them, right? Let me just highlight there so I can see where I leave off here. So what's really going on between S and pressure cooker K? All right. For the popcorn. Yeah, right. All right. So let's take a look here. What's really going on? S Pressure cooker. Okay, all right, we got those two. Ooh, below the surface. All right, thank you. And then what else? Okay. This leading to this. Okay. All righty. Hey, Jojo. All right. So the bottom of the deck, we've got here the world card, which is an ending of an ending of an old cycle, right? A significant ending and beginning. So, we definitely have that, present here. Uh, so a lot of interesting confirming energies. I mean, we kind of knew this already, but I feel like there's, some significant um kind of, I don't know, like riding the wave into the new year and just kind of doing our own thing and whatever, and then we'll decide in the new year, let's not ruin everyone's Christmas. Although it would make some people's Christmases, aka mama. She'd be like, "This is the best Christmas present ever. You couldn't have got me anything better." That's horrible, but so true. Okay, so let's see what's really going on here. We do have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a reveal. There's an opportunity coming up here. Yeah, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, there is this action and movement that's coming in here. Right? Yeah. I can imagine here because there is this, future reveal revelation that's coming with this Page of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands is an energy, it's of action and um it calls it inspiration, which is an energy of like go, 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 kind that's coming in. Let's see what's below that here too. Yeah, the tower. You can't make it up. So this is what's coming here. Release the tower. Release the Kraken. Here it comes. The release of the Kraken. Um, so I definitely feel it feels here as if like they've pretty much decided already, but they haven't officially like said it right. Um, yeah, right. Future Christmas, right? Yeah. And there's like this we kind of know it, but we haven't really said it. We've wiggled around it, but we've wiggled around it so much that we can see what it is, right? It's like one of those game shows where they remove things and you don't see the full picture yet, but you've removed enough of it to know it's an elephant. It's the elephant in the room, and we know it. But it's like, well, what do you think it is? Well, I don't know. What do you think it is? I don't know. But we know what it is. We just don't want to say it. But it will be coming here soon. It'll be revealed soon. It will be decided. And I feel like they are just kind of waiting to get past the holidays, past the planned things, plus all of this to have fireworks in January. Interesting. Let's see what else is coming here. Two, got the King of Wands. Yeah, plans are being made with the King of Wands energy that's here. So, we definitely have that coming in there, right? I feel like S's is making plans. Oh my gosh. What are they making plans for? I'll give you one guess. One guess. You guessed it, the death card. Not real death, but endings and beginnings. There's the plans. I mean, you can't make this up, right? I love it that I don't see the cards. They come out, most of them come out face down, and then we do the reveal, so it's exciting. Because I don't know what's coming until I turn the cards around. Dun dun dun. But there is this they're making plans for the ending here. And they have the King of Cups below the surface. Feels here, this is a balance between head and heart. So it doesn't feel like volatile. Well, this is from S's standpoint anyways, the energy that we tend to connect with, you know, it's the most clear clear perspective that we get with all of this, right? And so I just feel like they're calm. They're just numb maybe? I just love this, calmness that comes in. And this is leading to, yeah, there's a lot of contemplation going on with the 4 of Cups, the stagnancy of the emotion, looking to follow my heart somewhere else, not so much with a person, but with following my heart, following my dream, doing something that makes my heart happy instead of sadsies. We do have the T cards waiting in the ring here, so let's pull a couple from these here and see what's going on. And was that second question, was that for your second um reading, or did you want to dive into that in this one? Or did we already? I didn't quite read it. Alteration caused. Let's take a look here. What else can we know about this stuff here? Okay. Got this one with this one too. Yeah, partial truths, only sharing parts of the truth that benefit oneself. Yeah, and this is that there's only partial truths being told by everyone, but the truth will be revealed to everyone soon. Holding back, the other person is not being fully open with you. Yeah, so there is secrets here. And unexplained revelation. A shocking revelation will change your perspective. You can't make it up. Ta-da! Here it comes. So I do feel like this is confirming that they've made some decisions, and there's this it's going to suddenly come out, and I don't feel like it's a shocking revelation, but I think the shock of it is how sudden it comes, because people are like, it's been going on forever. We've been expecting this forever, but when the volcano erupts, you're like, "Oh god, it really did. I knew it was gonna do it, but there it is." That's the shocking piece of it, right? So that's interesting. All right, we'll put these over here. So, oh, for number 2. Okay, thank you so much. So I feel like that's for number 1 here. We'll give you a fortune cookie too. Just put these back in here. Okay, thank you for letting me know that too. I also have my little pad down here. You're like, "How did he know that?" I'm picking up your energies. I've not posted the 3rd one yet. Alright, let's see here. So let's see here. Let's pull all 3 of your cards in advance here. So here's for this one. Here's for number 2, and your fortune cookie for number 3. We'll put it here. I just love doing things like that. All right. So we'll have those here. So for this one, yeah, we got information. Interesting. Here comes some clarity. It says, I am connected to the cosmic web of wisdom, discovering knowledge and information in perfect flow and perfect timing, right? Have S and pressure K talked about separation, or is it just S's perspective? Good clarification. The they've haven't like talked about it like, let's talk about we need to separate and whatever. There's been fights where it's been brought up and we've talked around it, but that's the elephant in the room is about separation and stuff. We haven't actually pulled the plug and said this, but we've talked about, like, "You just wanna leave me anyway. Well, maybe it's best thing that we do." And then psh, off to their corners, right? And so nothing's it's like left open and no one ever brings it up again until the next fight or the next disagreement or the next pity party, kind of energy. So interesting, right? So hopefully that helps. All right. Number 2, more popcorn. Yum, yum, yum. So let's see here. Let me look for your oh yeah, I can just look for your letter J. There it is. So an altercation caused by pressure cooker K, energy check on the likelihood and what will unfold afterwards. Oh, 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 oh. The, the January battle battle of with the golden boy, the golden child. So we'll take a look here. So what's the likelihood that that's still happening based on current energies? Okay, thank you. And then boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And let's do a when card for this one too. This one. Okay. Well, let's do some drama cards too. All right, just one drama card. All right, let's see what these are first. We do have the 2 of Wands. The energy is still there, keeping tabs. Someone's keeping a close eye on your actions. Yeah, so they are. Again, we were talking about how um pressure cooker K um how they're watching interactions, right? And going, what's happening here? Um, that's them. And the 2 of Wands is it's still a possibility here, with that 2 of Wands that's coming in here. I'm ready to take the next step. Here's those plans, right? Mars in Aries energy too. Oh my God. Talk about I'm ready to go to war. I'm watching you. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I do feel like there's definitely possibilities of it still happening. Let's see what else they give us here too. It's interesting that we've got this the judgment card being on the bottom, which is the calling away to something different. Ooh, even the high priestess. Ooh, even the death card underneath that. Ooh, even the sun card under that. And the page of pentacles under that. There's all this, moving away to something brighter in their life here, right? So that's interesting. Hey, Jojo. Night, night, sweet dreams. And yeah, I see that you have a free question, so we'll get that for you. You can get it on the flip side after you wake up. So sweet dreams to you too. Wow. But 4 major arcana here being called away to something, this ending for this bright new beginning kind of energy that's in here, and a sunrise. It's like dawn. Wait, what was that old it was a vampire movie, Dawn of the Dead? It's like they broke down and they went into this bar in Mexico, and they, at a certain time, they shut the doors and locked them in, and then they all turned to vampires, and you're like, "Oh my god." Alright, let's see here. Um, yeah, we got the Page of Wands. That's that heightened, um, explosive energy coming in here. Got the Queen of Swords. So this is the balance between head and heart, along with the Four of Cups. Here's this emotional calmness and the Two of Pentacles balance. So it's interesting here. There's this balancing energy, this block in between this big explosive energy of the Page of Wands. But I feel like that's K, and then there's this protection energy standing in between them, in between Volcano and everyone else, and that's S here in the middle. They're staying calm, they're staying balanced, they're trying to keep everything very because they know what they're planning and what they're wanting to do. They see the future and they're like, if I can just keep people from blowing up, and I feel like that's what they do. That this is what's happening between now and that January event that comes in, right? Um, let's see what happens here. Yeah, we got the 4 of Wands. Yeah, there's a celebration, a gathering here, and the 5 of Wands, the drama that happens here. So it is still here. It does show that it's still happening because it's at the celebration is when the drama happens with the 4 to the 5. So I feel like this first piece is about between now and then. They're just trying to keep things calm. I'm stepping in between. I'm doing the things, trying to keep the peace as they always have been. But there is that opportunity that comes in with the explosion that happens. I do feel it says March 21st to April 19th, but I don't those dates don't feel right. It feels like January 21st to to February 19th, but I feel like it's more January and maybe at a gathering. Is there someone's birthday? Is someone Aquarius? Maybe it's someone's birthday because that's of course January 21st to February 20th, 21st is Aquarius season. I'm an Aquarius, I know. It's my birthday party. Oh my god, are they gonna ruin my birthday party? Damn them. All right. But I feel like I still feel like it's on here and I feel like it's still gonna happen there. So it's still in the works because I feel like this is maybe a faded kind of even though the 2 of Wands is about it, it's all about a matter of when there's the possibilities of the 2 of Wands, which is we got, but I feel like it is, an important event that will happen because it's part of what is the nudge and the separation that, takes things to, a different place, that is part of the what do you call it? A catalyst that causes the it's the gunpowder, right? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, in January, right? Yeah, I love that. The fortune cookie for this one, yeah, we got the inner love. And this is S has really been doing a lot of this here. I embrace every part of who I am with love, kindness, and deep appreciation. So this is focusing on their inner love, which I like there. Right. You're wonderful. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Oh, I didn't even give you your second. I didn't give you your second timestamp. I went right into it. I was so excited to find out that. So you for 1 and 2, I'll put here times 2 is for this one. I was like, let's move in. Okay, for number 3, you get a separate timestamp, which is this one. 1:14:10. All right. It's the explosion that is faded. It's like, let's see, that's let me clarify that here in the energy because I feel like there's like a few gatherings. So it's not the exact event itself that's faded, it's the explosion, the drama that happens between them and I'm gonna call him Golden Boy, the golden child, right? That the family loves. Um, it's just a matter of when they explode because there's a gathering, like there's holiday gatherings, New Year's gatherings. Um, there's something that happens where they all come together. That was that one event we talked about. in earlier January. Now there's kinda like, well, there's also like a birthday in January 21st to February 17th that if this doesn't happen, I mean, it's gonna happen at one of those. Eventually, "I'm watching you. I'm seeing how you guys are interacting. Brah," kind of energy. Interesting. All right. So that is that. All right. So let's take a look here at number 3. So the pressure cookers. Yeah, okay. January, February, March, and April. All right. Let's take a look and see what we got here. All right. So let's get a refresh. Let's get a more tea here. Hey, Moonlight, good to see you. All right. I'll give an update on where we're at on donations and readings here when I finish this one here. All right. So January. Boom boom. February. March. And April. Yeah, I'm getting that old song. January, you start the year off fine. February, you're my sweet Valentine. March, but that's not the way they're like, we're going to replace those words. All right, let's see underlying energy under these as well. Because we got some stuff boiling below the surface here. We don't want those. Yeah, I do want this one here. Okay, and then we have the bottom of the deck. Oh, yeah. So many choices coming up here. So we do have movement that happens. Chariot card, I look at it as it is the power of choice card. It is movement energy. It's all that. But something that kind of developed with spirit in me is like I look at the emperor rules over the four kings and they give all that energy to them, and the empress rules over the queens and all the queens give the energy. The chariot, I feel they roll over the knights because they have the horses normally, and all four horses, it's the four horses of the apocalypse. They give to the chariot, and the chariot is what rules over those energies. So there is movement, a lot of movement that's happening. Interestingly enough, you probably know this already, we're moving from the year of the snake in February to the year of the fire horse. A lot of action, a lot of movement coming in. All right, so let's look at January. We do have the star card and the 10 of wands. Yeah. So it's interesting that the star card is Aquarius energy. And the 10 of wands, of course, is an ending of energy. It's an ending and beginning energy of where I'm investing everything and um, where it is being invested. It's a change of it. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is sudden. They like the sudden change. The old ways don't work anymore. The age of Aquarius is all about letting the old go and moving into the new kind of energy too. So this feels like here is the big spark, the big dreams come true when pursuing the dreams instead. Let's see what's below the surface here, which makes sense with everything we've talked about. Yeah, the full card. So the brand new beginning, the beginning of a new adventure below the surface, just to confirm it. And the 5 of swords, controversy or conflict, battle, arguments, right? Normally you see the 5 of swords has one person standing with two swords, people walking away with their swords have fallen. So there is this change, right? Some of the word. So, there definitely is this energy of wow, that comes in here. This is when the I do feel like based on current energy, it is January when it happens. There's that Aquarius energy. I wonder, does someone have a birthday in Aquarius? I mean, Is it like someone Aquarius, which would be January 20th to January 31st? I feel like this birthday celebration might be it. There might be a special birthday present that's involved. All right. So it does feel like big blowout, big endings, big new beginnings that happen in January. So based on current energies, I do feel that is the day of the apocalypse that happens. Let's see what happens in February then. Yep, the 9 of Wands, perseverance. Someone keeps trying to make it work. Let's see here. 4 of Wands, another celebration, and the Page of Wands. Holy crap. So there, I mean, all this fire energy, that can only mean one person, right? And I do feel like there might be something that happens here in February too. There is this um, kind of I don't know, a conflict, right? At another joyful gathering in February. We'll see here. There's two cards for the underneath the surface, but I'm getting kind of like Valentine's Day and someone going, "Oh, you're already on a date with someone?" kind of thing. You know, bumping into them at the same restaurant or at a same place and going, "Oh, here comes the thing," you know, because I do feel like there is this, fire that's always, there's anger management would probably be good for, you know, volcano person. Under the surface, we'll take a look at that. Yeah, here's one of the knights, the Knight of Swords, along with the 10 of Swords. Yeah. So I do feel here there is this, um, movement of a lot of clarity that comes in here. And I feel like the sword, it didn't feel like the sword of the mind. It felt like the sword of the Three of Swords, which is like a piercing of the heart kind of energy that comes in there. And it's just like, oh, kind that comes in. And I feel like it really helps them, like, I wanna say get over it and move on, but get over it and move on, you know what I'm saying? Like, "Oh, you already went on a date with someone," and we know who they went on a date with, right? "Well, we're just hanging out because I don't feel like it's on Valentine's Day, but they bump into him and like, "Oh, is this a Valentine's meal?" Ugh, you know? Poke, poke, poke. But, so I feel like they're just hanging out and they're, just as I thought. You were wanting to get back together with them and things. I just feel like they're going out for support and hanging out as friends. It's really innocent. Well, mostly innocent. Um, because I feel like they know that they want to be back together. Um, and they're just trying to do the right thing and wait a certain amount of time before things move, forward. Um, they want to wait until the body's cold, right? But there's this energy here in February where they're like, it really pokes the sword into their heart, and they're like, "Oh, oh, yeah, yes, golden child," right? So, I do feel like February is like well, they were under Volcano was under a delusion of, well, maybe we'll get back together, and then they see that, and they're like, "Okay, no, it's over." And this helps them move forward. So I like that for them because they need to move forward and find that person. They're bringing back, aren't I feel like they're going to meet someone from their hometown, someone that can put up with their volatile volcano. They're like, they're definitely not a virgin sacrifice for the volcano, but they're definitely someone that can put up with them and diffuse them. There's something about to do with this other person, they meet their energy, it helps them move forward and heal and maybe get them into therapy and stuff to help them with their anger because that's what's they're a little hurting child that's expressing their pain, you know, when we get down to it. Outside of the drama, we understand it's someone in pain expressing their pain. Um, we just, of course, don't want S to have to put up with it. We want to protect S, right? That's our the energy that's there. And then we move into March. I'm like January, February, March. What's the third month? Ace of Wands. Yeah, more action here. King of Cups energy here, and the Strength card underneath. There is this Leo energy that's here. I do feel here in March, this King of Cups, this feels like K, I'm just calling I call him the golden child, right? Because they're the one everyone goes like, "Oh my god, the one that got away and we love them, why can't you be them?" What if we kidnap someone and have them disappear? Would you choose to go back with them? That's why I call him the golden child. And the King of Cups is someone that they're so compatible with, and they can go so much with. And I do feel like this with this Ace of Wands and this Leo strength energy, King Cups. I feel like March, there's progression that happens between um, S and um, oh no, K is the volcano, right? Between S and the golden child, if that makes sense. Who I was talking about before, about them finding someone that can back in their hometown and all that, that's K. That's the volcano person. I start getting confused with all the initials. So I'm gonna call him Volcano, Golden Child, and S. I can remember S because super power. So that's S. Then there's Volcano and Golden Child, just for my sake. So I can keep it all straight. I can feel it and see it, but communicating it is the challenge, right? But I do feel here with that, they take the courage and they take the leap to move forward. It's like, well, you know, why wait? I think the body's cold enough. It's kind of stiff. We can throw it in the, you know, I think it's done. So it does feel like there's quite a fast, um, you know, kind of movement forward here in March between S and the golden child. And then April, we do have the Six of Swords transition, Two of Wands decisions. Look at all that. And then here's the Knight of Cups, movement of love. So I do feel here it's like endings in January, February, hope of reconciliation from the volcano is thrashed. Movement forward between S and Golden Child in March, and then decisions made um, in April, meaning like like significant separation of things that are finalized and homes split, businesses split, everything officially split. Because I'm seeing the Six of Swords here, the Six of Swords, three swords, the Two of Wands, the separation of paths, and it goes all of that, thing. And then there's movement of the emotions, the movement of the romance between S and Golden Boy or Golden Child in April. Yeah, I think that kind of sums it up. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what the fortune cookie says too. But wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Let me just put all these together here. just I like to put them back in different spaces, different places. All right. And your fortune cookie is a releasing ritual. Hmm. Hmm. Well, I release all stored negative emotions, trauma, and energetic blockages from my physical and spiritual being. So, yeah, I mean, of all cards. So there is definitely releasing that happens between that period, just as a good confirmation, and just that that was already we had already picked that earlier. So, wow. Well, that's what we have, June. So hopefully that helps bring some clarity. My goodness, what is unfolding there? Always, what's good that based on current energies, there's going to be some. It's almost like having a cobra in a relationship with a mongoose or something. And like they're natural. They don't. It's like a mongoose can be with a mongoose and a cobra can be with another cobra. They'll get along better. It's like this is good. They learned a lot, but they both deserve to have happy lives. They're just not compatible. But it happened for a reason, right? Yeah, she still visits with them. Yep. I figured. She's like, "Oh, please, 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 please." Okay, so I want you to show up at this restaurant, and my daughter's gonna be there, or my child's gonna be there, um, and then I'm gonna get an emergency call, and then you guys are just gonna be left there. "Sorry, gotta go." "Mom." Cheers to you, June. Thank you so much for your multiple donations. I really appreciate that. Wow. All right. Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Let me double check here. We got Brenda Globy in the house. Hey, Brenda. I'll get you added on to the free list here. Good to see you. Okay. And then we've got here, I'm just gonna, and Maria and Sonia, since you guys have been conversating, I'm not gonna take the time to try to read through everything that you guys have said. I'm just gonna look at what you originally said. If you have anything when I get to your reading, anything pertinent, make sure to tell me because you guys have been chatting a lot, and that's gonna take a lot of time for me to try to sort through it. I'm just gonna skip past your pictures till get down to the readings when we get to that. So just a heads up. Although it should be easy because my mind can't recognize any words in your thingy, so that should be easy too. All right, and then we've got Ashvin Ray. So Ashvin, thank you for your donation. That's for that one. So we'll put that there. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Okay, and then take a look. Of course, we've got Moonlight in the house. Hello, hello. I do see your donation. Let me just scroll up here. Make sure I don't skip anyone here through the chat. Oh, you loved your free reading last night? I'm so glad. All right, we got that here. Okay. And so Moonlight, we got you here. We'll put you above here, above Ashvin. Okay. I think here. Got JoJo's. So I think I'm caught up. Let me just scroll past all this here. I think we got those. We got those. We got those. I just wanna make sure I'm not skipping over anyone. It just I'm trying to sort through the chat here. My apologies. Okay, do that. No, 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 no. Got those. Okay, and then those are all that. Those are all those. Wow, you guys have been chatting up. I'm glad you guys found each other. All right. And then I think I got a Teshi in here, didn't I? Yeah, I got a Teshi. Okay, so I do have everyone. I just want to make sure. I hate missing anyone. All right. So where we're at. Oh, so I just got one coming in through the PayPal as well. All right. So Maria P. I see your additional one there. So you'll be up after those. All right. Now I think I'm caught up. Thank you guys for your patience. I like to be organized. So we'll have Sonia times two, and then Summer or Moonlight, and then Ashvin Ray, and then Maria P for the donations, and then let's see where we're at. We're at only an hour and a half, so um, if I don't have any other donations after that, we will start free readings, but definitely in about an hour. If I haven't, then we will circle back around as well. So there we got there. You're funny, June. I like to be organized. All right. So let's take a sip here. Cheers, everybody, and we'll get back into it. Don't forget, if you haven't entered the drawing for the full moon drawing coming up on January 3rd for a free reading or a Hedge of Peace and Love, check out the description box for the link. I did put that out earlier today. So boom, boom, boom. All right. Just a simple question. All right. So Sanja, we are up 137.47 is your first timestamp. Is that your first question? Let me see here. I'll make sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, so you have the sunglasses. This is the sunglasses. And then we'll do the rainbow unicorn. And much love to you. Let me just see if you said anything else up here. I was going to read a little bit here before you guys started conversating here. Oh, you guys are so sweet and all your wonderful things that you said there. Oh, isn't that amazing? I just love that we are able to all meet together across the planet. Uh, it's an amazing thing. All right. Yeah. So I don't see the other question. So this is for question number one, right? Then if you want to put question number two at your convenience as well, we'll go to that afterwards here. So you're like, I have a simple question. Is communication with Ivan forever this time? So we'll take a look here. So are they going to continue to communicate or is it going to end, right? Sorry. Itch, itch, itch. Not used to wearing this hat. It's itchy a little bit. Well, I guess once I hit it a little bit of time, a little flesh too. Probably keeping all the heat in my head. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Got all those that came out and this here too. What else? Aquarius, of course. I love it. All right. Let's see what we got here. So what is all this about? Well, forever is a long time too, nothing is forever. Eventually someone goes back home to the other side, right? But bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is an energy of heightened energy and action here. Let's see what these cards bring in to tell us more here, because this is something ignites. It's something brings something to light, something bubbles up here. Let's see what this is here. Well, we have the 2 of cups. So we do have this energy here. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna take a look here. Yeah, we got the magician too. I don't often get twin flame energies because as and I know the way that um, you know, the other, um I mean, we normally don't choose a lot of, twin flame. Twin flame, for me, with the way spirit showed me is like it's this, such a draw, such an attraction, but there's also there's fire of passion, but there's fire of, like, purification too. It's heat, but in every area, it's questioning thoughts and beliefs and conflict and emotional conflict and energetic conflict and physical conflict, but it's also it's extremes, right? And with all of this here, the 2 of Cups and the Magician, I was like, "Whoa." There's this, draw, and it doesn't mean that you guys will be together forever, but it will mean that, you guys have high highs and low lows and rarely in the middle. You're not in the middle for long, just on the way up or the way down. Um, and it is for this growth, because let me show you these other cards. This is what really is like, whoa, because you got the Hierophant, which is teaching each other. You're both teachers to each other and both students to each other, which means the card of 5 is conflict. You learn a lot through your conflict. And you both chose this before you came down here. You knew we're going to be drawn together and it's like blood sport with Jean-Claude Van Damme. You're tied together with this rope, and um, you don't, um, you can't get away from, you know, the energy of dealing with each other. If you separate, you come back, and you separate again, you come back, you separate, and you come back, right? Um, so you've got that kind of energy that's there of we're here to learn and teach each other. And you learn a lot. It's like taking the double amount of college courses. That's why a lot of people don't choose twin flames, because we're like, I'm here for a vacation. You're just friends online, right? So there is this energy of this, you know, um, drawing together, and this communication will continue. But there is this energy of learning a lot through this too. Because you got the Emperor energy, which is Aries energy, and both the Hierophant and the Emperor have energy of like rules and breaking of long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets energy that comes in. And you have the Eight of Wands, which is a lot of energy that comes in here as well. And you have the Lovers and the Six of Pentacles, this, challenging of what does it mean, um, what does it mean? Like the Six of Pentacles is the out of balance. What do I have to give to receive kind of energy? And this is about relationship. And it's like there's this drawing in and out and in and out and in and out kind of energy here. But it is to teach one another, and it is kind of this draw that keeps drawing you guys together by what I'm seeing here. I don't often get that kind of energy, but it does feel here that it will continue, and just know, what is, coming in, around that as well, right? So I do feel it continues. It's the draw. I feel like you guys keep, and you might kind of circle around as well, right? It's hard and good at the same time. That's a good way to explain this twin flame energy. It's like it's so good, but then it can be so rah at the same time. But it's the heat that, like gold, the heat gets turned up and turned up and turned up to purify it, as well. So, um, I like that. And then we'll pull your fortune cookie here. looks like Maria is saying that she does not want you to donate your second one to her. So if you want to put your second question, we'll go to that next year after this fortune cookie. All right. It's very generous of you. Yeah, I got inner divinity. Interesting energy with this other individual because it's I honor the divinity within me, recognizing my eternal nature beyond form and time. And this is this, energy here of the it's like the namaste, right? The divine in me recognizes the divine in them, but also um, the what needs to be seen in me, I see in them. But it's like a mirror. You know how like you have um these cosmetic mirrors where you look at the mirror and it's normal. You're like, oh, and then you flip it and you see your pores up close. That's the kind of relationship you guys have there, right? Yeah. Well, very good. Yeah. So you got it. All right. So, if you have a second question, pop that out there. As I said, Maria is declining the offer to use your second donation for her. Um, so, pop yours out there, and then we will go to that one there. And let me get these prepared here real quick. So, Maria, she is going to grant it to you anyway because she doesn't have any other questions. So, you're going to get it whether you want it or not. So, too bad you're getting it anyway. Yeah, she's sure. That way you don't have to feel, "Oh, no, no, no." And that's the thing, and this is good, um, when someone offers us something instead of going, "No, no, that's all right," it it cheats someone out of the wonderful feeling we get when we give, right? Well, we don't wanna cheat someone out of that opportunity, and I learned this in a class we took as managers because we had to go in a circle and tell each person what we, really enjoyed about them, and all we could say is, "Thank you," right? Yeah, she already asked her question. Is that the about your future family? You don't have any kids or anything? How many kids do you see in that? Do you want that to be your question? That's coming in there. So we'll do this here. So just say thank you and accept the wonderful gift and send her blessings, right? Yeah, that's Aquarius energy, right? We give to the world. The world is our friend. I would agree. Well, oh, it didn't grab everything here. Oops. Mouse gone wild. Look out, look out. Oh, that's why. All right. There we go. Hey, content or content. I've been calling you content for a while. And today it was weird. I saw content listed somewhere. I'm like, oh, I wonder if that's your screen name is content, not content. That's funny. Yeah, very good. All right, that sounds good there. Um, so I've got you on the free list there, content or content. And I don't think anyone else came in after that. No, okay, good. All right, not good, but I'm up to date. All right, so Marie Celentine, you are up next because You're taking Sonia's place. So let's grab your timestamp here and let me get rid of this times 2 up here. There we go. So here is your timestamp. What a wonderful, wonderful blessings. Merry Christmas. All right. So let's take a look here and see how's your family life going to be. All righty. So let's see, just general around future family first. Let's take a look at that. Got that here. And then you don't have any kids or anything. How many kids will you be having based on current energy? All right. Whoa. Got the 9 of wands. Whoa. 9 children. No, let me take a look here. Like 33 having 9 children. Maybe they're gonna come with a ready-made family. We'll find out here. And then when will that happen? We'll see. We'll take a look here. How old will you be when you get to your first kid? You threw us on a single and currently. Okay, yeah. And then we'll do a when here card for that energy there. All right, thank you. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's look at how many children first here. Wow. Yeah, you got the 9 of wands and the 8 of wands here. I do feel here that, and let's see here with this. Yeah, and you have the Queen of Cups as well, um, coming in here with, as the when period here. It says June 21st to June 22nd. Is it June? Oh, July 22nd. I go, wow, 2 days. That is, Cancer season, I believe, from June 21st to July 22nd. Moonlight would know. Moonlight is a Cancer sign. But there is this, it's an energy of mother, energy, mother moon kind of energy that comes in, and I do feel like, and I'll clarify here, I feel like you're gonna end up, and that makes sense with the one that's on the other side, makes 9, but I feel like you're gonna have 8 children in this here, right? And but I don't feel like all of them are gonna, be from your womb, but you're gonna be their mother. And, so I do feel like we'll see here more about your family, who you end up with, they do have some children, so you immediately become mom, to them. And I do feel like they're young enough, it's not like your stepmom. I feel like, they're young enough that they really are looking for a mom figure as well. Yeah, biological, right? But I feel like that's an important energy to know, off the bat, is that you will end up with a total of 8, and then you have the one on the other side that's with you and will always be with you too, and they knew it. If you have, oh, you work with kids too? Well, so you'll do well with kids, and I do feel like you'll, um, you know, um, have a mixture here. So how many biological of yours? Wow, you got the 6 of wands. So I feel like there's 5 children here yeah, so 5, because we're gonna count 6 ones, one of those is on the other side, right? So you have 5 here, and 3 will be, right? Wait, no, 6. So there'll be 2 children that will be from the other, um, that they're gonna have coming in. But I don't feel like you have, like, 5 births. I feel like you do, like, twins, and then maybe a single one, coming in here. Um, yeah, and wow, whoever you're gonna end up with here, it feels like they want a lot of children. Yeah, either that or a triplets in there, but I feel like it's multiples for sure, and so it may be 3 births, it may just be 2 where it's triplets, like triplets and twins. So they either, and I feel like these other 2 are twins too. So twins may run in their side of the family. So I feel like they have twin, like, young children already. Um, and I do feel like um it's their wife, the mother had passed away, in birth, and so he's been raising them on his own. I just feel like they're toddlers too. So they're young where they're not gonna be like teenagers and go, "You're not my mom." They're like young children that are like so that all feels together, right? You have twins in your family too? But I feel like they're in both, and that makes sense that boom, boom, boom. You're putting them out as a litter or maybe 5 all at once, quadruplets. Wait, quad is for sextuplets or whatever. Wow. So let's take a look here and let's see what we have here. What else about family here for you? Yeah, we do have the 7 of swords here, and we have the page of swords. A lot of clarity here. I like this. And the sun. Yeah, success energy coming in here because the 7 of swords, of course, the deception that you have here. I just feel like they just burn away this. They show you clarity. And this is what's amazing is that, and this makes so much sense with everything we've been, with Felipe had an abortion, right? With them, they're like, I want children. I want togetherness. We're together, and this is what you're wanting, right? And so it's like, yeah, this is good that's the tower. Yeah, they're not for you, right? They're not going to give you the family that you want, and they're keeping you. And as much time as we're spending on focusing on them, they're keeping you from heading down the road to this family, to this togetherness. And I do feel here with the page of swords that they definitely are bringing clarity around just truth, and I just feel like they burn it away, like, you might be a um, little bit of hesitancy because you're like, "Men are jerks." But you meet them and they just burn away all of that, and you're just like, "Wow, wow," kind of energy coming in here. Let me see what else just real quick here around that. Yeah. I get it. Um, yeah. He tries to keep you hanging on. You're the one that hangs on, right? Because he can't force you to hang on. He just tries to convince you to hang on, and if you let yourself be convinced to hang on, that's on you, not him, right? So you're like, "I'm letting go. Bye." You're like, I hear my future husband and family calling me. I gotta go. Bye." Let's see. I just wanna find out a little more about this gentleman. Yeah, I figured we were gonna have death. So he is a widow, it feels like. Yeah. Yep. Well, you know, I would just block him, right? Block him in any way that you can and go, "You know what? I'm gonna let him go," because, um, he keeps doing it because he knows it bothers you, and he gets there's something he is hurt and he's in pain. Obviously, something has happened to him to put him in act how he does, right? An emotionally mature, stable person that's had a wonderful life, hasn't done that, but, um, so, you can let that go. But we have the death card, so I do feel like they are a widow. They have young toddler children. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles, very solid. I feel like they own their own business with this here. Um, in fact, it might even be like I don't know, I saw a bakery. It's like a bakery or a pastry shop or something. He owns his own business. He, does it on his own. It's like family owned, so he's the one that wakes up and bakes the stuff and does all that, and you know. Um, so I love that. We also have the King of Pentacles. Yeah. So, entrepreneur, owns his own business, successful there. King of Swords. Yeah. Great communicator. Um, definitely some energy of, um, he likes to learn and is a lot in their mind. So they could be an air sign with that there, but they got endurance. I just feel like they're very passionate, a very passionate, intelligent person. Yeah. So I like all this for you there. I feel like that's enough for now. Can always ask more about who they are and what they do, but I love that. I just feel like a baker, pastry person, someone after my own heart. I would die if I ended up with someone that was a from high cholesterol. All right, let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here as well. All right. Yep, radiant health. I love it. My physical form is in perfect harmony with my spirit, allowing me to fulfill my purpose with strength and grace. So that's your affirmation and transformation energy. I like that. I love it. So many blessings to you. Thank you again, Sonia, for your donation on her behalf. I love that. I'm glad we are able to dive deeper into that. So blessings. All right. Hey, footwork. Val. The lineup next I have Summer or Moonlight, and then Ashvin Ray, and then Maria P. So I just have 3 donations, and then that will be it. So if you're wanting to make a donation, um, that's where you'd be. Good to see you. Yeah, sorry I missed you earlier this morning. We had a shorter session. We were only on for like 2.5 hours, which is all right. I had a ton on my could-do list that I got done. I'm in this you know, I don't what would you call it? In a focused um new energy. Maybe it's this solstice or the moon, I don't know. So thank you for your donation. I got you on there. Boom boom. So you're on the list. All right. Yes, absolutely. Love you guys. So cheers. Let's take a sip and get back into it here. All right. So Moonlight, you are up. So here is your timestamp. And let's get up to it here. Where is it? Back here. Here it is. There it is. There it is. So we've got the what is that? Oh, spoiler alert. Am I going blind? So I'm glad you loved your free reading. And let's find your. There it is. You're wondering how will the end of December and the start of 2026 be for you? Will 2026 be a better year energetically? All right, we'll take a look here. Overall, astrologically, yes. We've got a lot of great things. This year was like the shedding of the skin. Yes, next year is not like, oh, it's all roses. But what we do with the energy is up to us. It's like, what's the weather going to be like? Well, if it's going to be cold, blah, blah, we will wear a coat and we'll be fine, right? But if I don't know the weather and I walk out in my underwear, I'm going to freeze my cojones off. We don't want to do that. All right, let's take a look here. So how will the end of December and the let's look end of December? Thank you. What else? Oh, Capricorn season, of course, and then the beginning of 2026. Okay, we got those. All right. Yeah, I love this. Sorry, got an itch again. Maybe I need to put some liner in this hat. Make it silk, so it's all silk on my forehead. instead of the scratchy stuff. All right. So let's take a look here. So moonlight, we got here. Let me get back to where we were. There we are. Under on the bottom of the deck, you have the King of Wands, which is a great energy. It's like that's the Emperor King of Wands energy we talk about all the time, right? Of I'm the one that controls my life. The outside world just is. It's beautiful and perfect and amazing and wonderful out there. Just we have a hard time seeing it because of our human upbringing, of all the stories we're taught. Oh, no, this means bad. This means horrible. This means blah, blah. And that's when we ask spirit is, what should I do? And they're like, what do you want to do? There's no right or wrong. There's just different. There's adventures. And when we look at life as it's an adventure, and rather than certain things have to happen for me to have joy, then I'm setting my joy up for failure because if I decide and step into my power that no matter what happens in the outside world, I can choose to be just happy, joyful, whatever. That's my power. And I can do that. And we all can do that. When I say I'm going talking from your point of view. You can do that. And you have that ability. And so I love this energy here because it is next year, it's all up to you. Your underlying energy is you hold the power. Whatever you choose is what you'll draw to you. And so it's your adventure. What would you like? And I like that. For here, you've got the Devil card came out first, which is Capricorn season, which starts tomorrow, I think. That's the winter solstice. So happy birthday, all you Capricorn sun babies. We're entering into the work, doing that Saturn energy. I'm a Capricorn rising, so I love this season. We're ready to work, ready to get things done. But it is about also a challenge. Like these next couple weeks will be letting go of long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, really looking at what hasn't worked and what has worked. In fact, next week I'm going to be sharing some tidbits from one of Mel Robbins' podcasts that she just had, which I did this little workbook that she offers for free online, which I'll give you guys all that next week, um, which has you look over your last year and look at per month what stood out. And then what lows were there over last year? What highs were there over last year? And based on that, what did I feel I needed during those lows? What kind of let's see, what did they say? Oh, what kind of theme was there in the highs? So good, a lot of awareness. And then you ask, what am I going to stop doing in 2026? What am I going to keep doing in 2026? What am I going to start doing in 2026? Amazing process. I'll share a lot more detail next week, but I feel like this is what that devil card is. It's evaluating what didn't work and what did work. And what am I going to stop? What am I going to continue to do? And what am I going to start doing? And I feel like this is that King of Wands. What energy, what plans am I making about what I'm going to do next year? I'm not just going to let it unfold and be well, let's see where we end up. Because when we do that and we're running on autopilot, we're just going to wander. And who's making decisions if we're not making them consciously? Our inner children. Uh-oh, I know. Let's see what else for the rest of this year. You have 3 more cards. Yeah. The power of choice. Here's your Cancer moon energy. You always got to get it. But this is you get to choose. What do you want? You have the 6 of swords. Transition, letting some old things go, some new things. Here's that old new energy, and you make some change. You make some action. And the 6 of pentacles, too. Wonderful balanced energy coming in here. And I feel like you're choosing your path next year. There's no wrong path. So it's determining what it is that you do want. So I like that these next couple weeks for the end of December, you're really in this contemplation energy with this Capricorn kicks in for you. And then for the beginning of 2026, yeah, you got the Magician. Here you go. About what is the new that you want to invest your energy in? What is it that you want to manifest, right? You have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. So you've got new opportunities that open up next year and joy and celebration with 3 of Cups. I like this because not only does that represent your spiritual posse, but I do feel you also find your tribe next year. You find a couple of individuals that you feel like get you and you get them, and they're not needy and they have boundaries too and very supportive. Three peas in a pod kind of energy. Um, that you know, like, wow, we're going to be friends for the rest of our lives, kind of energy. So I like that for you. All right. So I feel like that's what they have there. Let me also pull your fortune cookie here and see what we have here. All right, we got here. Yeah, that's the one I thought you would get. I saw it and it came out. Sovereignty. Here's like that King of Wands. It says, I am a sovereign being, free to exist in alignment with my highest truth. Wow. I love that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Moonlight. And I don't think, did you? Let me just double check here. I want to make sure if you asked for another free reading or not, because you said you enjoyed yours last night. I saw that, and there's your donation. There's that. I don't think I see another one from you. You might be asleep because you are on the other side of the world. Okay. So that's what they have for you now. So many blessings to you, my dear. All right. Ashvin Ray, you are up. Let's grab your correct timestamp here if I can type. There we go. All right. So thank you for your donation. Let me scroll back up here. There we are. And we'll give that a love and a like there. And I want to know what's coming towards you in career and love. All right. Let's take a look here, see what we got going on. Let's take a quick sip here. Oops. Let me move forward in here. All right. So for career first, all right, thank you. Boom and boom. And then for love, what do we got coming in? That and that leading to that, but not those. All right. Yeah, you got this wonderful Six of Wands energy on the bottom, which is, of course, a victory energy, a flowing energy. You even got the Eight of Wands underneath that, which is a nice flow movement energy below it. So there's a couple currents of energy that are flowing things, bringing in things faster and faster for you here. So, of course, we like that. Let's see here for career. Wow. Yeah, you definitely have some change coming here with the Ace of Wands and the Three of Wands. All this Wands energy, my God. But it's action movement, which makes sense. We got that Knight. I mean, the Fire Horse energy in February we're stepping into, but I feel like we're already starting to feel the draw of the Fire Horse as we shed the snake skin, right? But I like this changing of direction with new information. You change with the Three of Wands, and you're choosing to go in a different direction with career than you had in the past. Underneath that, you do have the Queen of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Queen of Cups is double emotion energy, and the King of Pentacles, of course, is abundance and success. And I feel like here with your career, if you do choose a different path and follow something more in alignment with your heart, that you do have abundance that comes in. This is about getting out of the head, the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, and all that, and pursuing something that, where's your heart leading you? Where's your passion leading you? With all this Wands energy, this is passion. Where's the excitement leading you? Do that. Don't let fear keep you from leaving the supposed to be and the should into something that's in alignment with where you will have this abundance if you follow your heart. I know sometimes you're like, if I follow my heart, I'm not going to get paid squat, but I should do this stuff. Ugh. Then I'm just living and I'm not, I'm not living, I'm existing. When you follow your heart, you feel like you're living, which is worth a lot of money. We end up, even if we make more money, we end up spending it on our health because we're downward spiraling. when we're living our dream and living our heart, our health is expanded. We spend less on our health. It's amazing how that works, right? So, that's what they have for your career. For love, yeah, you got the Page of Pentacles. Again, new opportunities that are coming up here. I do feel like you've been working on your self-worth and seeing your worth more from the inside, seeing it from a different perspective instead of defining yourself by the outside world. You've been doing a lot of internal. Because of this, this is drawing in someone different. Yeah. Change, 10 of Swords, letting go of expectations, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about who you're supposed to be, how love is supposed to be, who they're supposed to be, how it's supposed to start, unfold, blah, blah, blah. Right? It's letting go of these energies of trying to like live up to what everyone else wants for your life. Again, getting out of your head around career, around relationships, around everything, right? This is this kind of energy where you're ready to be gone with all of the supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and what do I want, right? Below all that too, yeah, the Hangman, transformation, change energy. So you've been, that's that caterpillar letting go all the caterpillarness so you can become a butterfly. I like that. So you've been going through this. I feel like you're finishing up a lot of that, which is raising your energy and you're drawing in someone new. Yeah. You do have marriage here with the 4 of Wands in the future. So you are headed towards that. That is there. They want you to know that that is in the future. You got the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's attainment. This is about continuing to put in the blood, the sweat, the tears to get to the fruit, right? So this is that transformation energy a lot like the Hanged Man and the 8 of Pentacles. I really look at similar energies. It is about a caterpillar going into the cocoon, letting go of what no longer is them so that they can be who they want to become here. Yeah, and you have the Knight of Swords, motivation. So right now it feels like for love right now, you are working on more of awareness, and this Knight of Swords is what's helping you cut away these 10 of Swords, cutting away the expectations and those things that will free you up and allow you um, to finalize like your cocoon stage, which is you're alone in the cocoon. There's no room for anyone else in the cocoon. But and you even have death and transformation under the 6 and 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So this transformational energy is what you're in right now. Um, so love, you do have, I see why they gave you have marriage in the future. Just right now, you're working on you so that you don't keep doing what you've always done, get what you've always gotten. You're raising your love vibration, which is taking you to a new place and drawing in someone different. So I like that for you. Right. So that is what they have. Let's grab your fortune cookie here too. Let me just put these cards back in different places here. All right. So what else do they have for you here for what's coming up? Okay, this is the one here. And you have, yeah, breakthrough. There you go. Breaking through the cocoon soon. I cancel all habits, patterns, and programs that no longer serve my evolution across timelines, dimensions, and generations. That's your affirmation freedom. And this is what you're doing. You're letting go of the old to move into the new. How perfect, right? All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you there, Ashvin. All right. And then Maria P., you are up for your additional donation. Let me grab this. And then Footwork or Val, you'll be up after that. All right. So here you go, Maria. Boom, boom. And yours is on here. Let's bring that up. Thank you for your additional donation via the PayPal. So Wally's thoughts when you message him asking about him. All right. Okay, boom, boom. And then does he like your haircut and curls that you have now? You messaged your bosses yesterday about Christmas. Dr. Bob liked your message. Oh, okay. Dr. Bob. And then Dr. Ballard. Did they like your Christmas text and email. Why did Mr. Ballard reply back? Oh, they liked it. And then why did they email you back? Okay, I get you. You're very welcome. Hello, hello. All right, so let's take a look here. So Wally's thoughts when you messaged asking about him here. Yeah, 3 of cups. I like it here. There's joy and celebration here with the 3 of cups. That's, a wonderful feeling. And the emperor here, um, that's funny, because that's Aries energy and um, I'm fine. I feel like asking him once is good, but don't keep asking him because I feel like with this Aries emperor energy, it's like, um, because he reminds me so much of me and how he handles illness. If people go, "How are you feeling?" I'm going, "I'm feeling better." And they're like, "Well, did you did did did?" I'm like, "I don't wanna talk about my illness and my sicknesses and everything else. I'm resting, trying to feel better. Thank you for caring, but I need to rest." Yeah, my Capricorn rising kicks in. I become um, not such a loving soul as I am on here. My poor host, I have to apologize to her sometimes. Go, "I'm sorry, I just wasn't feeling good. I just need to be left alone." And she goes, "I get it. No problem." She's a Sagittarius. "Oh, no problem. I didn't even feel bad." Like, "Oh, good." Um, so does he like your haircut and curls? Ooh, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. This is, it was funny because I was gonna joke and go, he thinks you look like Shirley Temple." I was just kidding. Um, but I feel like he's like it's like there's no haircut that he would be like, "Oh my god," but I feel like there's different hairstyles that he prefers better on you. Prefers more, not better, but prefers more. He's like, "You're beautiful that way, but I really love your hair this way." So, but you he don't have your hair depend on what they like. Your hair is yours. He'll love whatever you have, but there are others that he prefers more than that with these fives. Um, so, I know it's like be careful what we ask, right? There's always this thing of like never ask someone, "Does this dress make me look fat?" Because if you don't want to hear the answer if it is, what we're looking for is how good do I look in this? That's what I wanna, ask, right? That's funny. Alright, and then you messaged your bosses yesterday about Christmas. Did Doctor Bob like it? Yeah, the magician. Magician, is he like, "Yeah, inspired by your message," for a moment, but he's juggling a lot of things right now too. It's funny that he's juggling all these planets, so that's why if he didn't respond, it's because he's very busy, but he did like it. Why did Dr. Ballard why did, um, why did he reply back, here? Let's take a look here. We've got 3 here. Yeah, I like it. I feel like, he the Hierophant energy, I feel like they're kind of a teacher mentality. They like to set good examples, and so they feel like replying back is what you should do to emails, and that's why I replied back. It's the thing you're supposed to do. The 7 of Cups, full of a lot of cheer, a lot of different emotions, and the Star card. Um, this balanced energy, this Aquarius energy pouring out, um, but I do feel like there's this energy. Why did he reply? Because he felt like, "This is what you do. This is what you do. You build relationships." Oh, he didn't reply. Dr. Ballard liked my Christmas text and email. Why didn't Dr. Ballard reply back? But he did. Oh, that's interesting. Because with all this energy here, I would think that that would mean that he would. Maybe he will yet. Um, but yeah, that's interesting. the Hierophant energy. But he did like it. Yeah, he will maybe later Monday. But but I do feel like, and that's funny that with that Aquarius energy too, um, they kind of can get into that energy. But I feel like they did that hope energy, the star. I feel like they're very busy this weekend. That star really stands out, like, the maybe they're participating in some sort of nativity show at their church or at something, because I feel like they're very busy with that energy too. So sorry. We all work till Monday. Wow. Yeah, nothing bad. Yeah. Just don't schmooze. Let's see what the fortune cookie brings in here for you too. All right. Looks like you got two. So one, we got the auric cleansing, which says, "My aura radiates with pure light, free from attachments, distortions, and burdens of the past." It's a good affirmation for you. My aura radiates pure light, free from attachments, which means not attachments to outcomes or what's going on in the outside world. I am free to be me, and anything that people do or don't do or in the outside world doesn't mean anything, right? Distortions and burdens of the past are also released. And then you have your soul tribe. Oh, I love that. Look at this beautiful card. It says, "I am surrounded by visionaries, creators, and kindred spirits who ignite my passion and purpose." So I like that. It's your tribe. Your work people are your tribe. All right. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings, Maria. Thank you for your multiple donations. And I do have, I think, a free reading that we'll eventually get around to as well. All right. Hey, Anna, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Hello, hello. I'll add you onto the list here. We have Valerie up next, footwork. And then I am hitting 2.5 hours. I haven't done any free readings yet, so I'm going to go to free readings. So take your time on typing, Anna, because we're going to be a little while before we get to yours here. So no rush. Relax. That's funny. All right. So, Valerie, thank you for your donation. Here's your timestamp. Val. There you go. And let's give your donation a love. Whoops. There goes a love and a like there. Um, does that mean you want a general reading? Yes. Okay. Very good. All right. Hey, anxiously dramatic. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see ya. Welcome aboard. Thanks for being a new subscriber. Want to know how the whole process works? It's all down in the description box of the video. And we'll dive in here. All right. So, Val, let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. What else? All right. All right. Wow, there is a transformation headed your way here. You got the bottom of the deck. You do have, let me put these out together because it looks less scary. You got the Death card, but the Ace of Pentacles. So the Death card is the ending energy. Ace of Pentacles is a new beginning energy. And underneath that, you have the King of Pentacles too, which is a big, abundant energy. So it is for you, which everything always is, but you definitely will see the benefits of this. We'll see timing and stuff if it will show us here. But I do feel it comes a little faster for you because you have 4 cards and then 2 cards and 1 cards. It's like a step It's like you skip a grade, you know, you're skipping from instead of 4, 3, 2, 1, you're 4, 2, 1. So there's something that that's why I feel like it comes faster because there's a big step that doesn't have to be done, and whatever this is, we'll see, where we're going here. This almost feels work related or dream related, not so much like relationships or anything like that. This feels more in the bucket of the career and education or job and that kind of area. So let's see what we got here. So 4 cards first. Let's see what this is all about. Yeah, your inner calling, judgment. So there we go. Right off the bat, it is. This is like this drawing into your dream. How do I want to express my love to the world? What's your calling? What is this that you're wanting to do, right? So this is stepping toward that dream kind of energy. Yeah, the 10 of Pentacles, yeah, the feeling of abundance and fullness. So this is the dream of an outside world. It's a physical dream, not an emotional one. As far as like romance or love, this is like something that you're wanting to build in the outside world. And the Knight of Pentacles, yeah. You had the Temperance card under the bottom of the deck too, which is a kind of a slow progression, but it's also a message of it's been growing slowly. You've been taking step towards it, and even though it doesn't feel like it might be, like, coming forward, it is. It's just sometimes it takes some stuff being worked on behind the scenes and in the background for stuff to come forward, but this is why I feel like we skip a step because things have been building up to where it suddenly moves forward faster for you here too. Yeah, the 7 of Swords. So this is about not letting the fears or beliefs of the past hold you back, right? These are our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that would deceive ourselves, cheat us out of opportunities because we get caught in that things have to be done a certain way. And because of things that may have happened in the past, we feel like we have to do this, you know, a certain way. And it's like, no, I don't. I don't. And because we find a different way, we get to skip this whole step here. And so there is this release of that that's coming in here. So I like that. It's like I don't have to do it like everyone else. Everyone thinks you need to blah blah blah, but that's complicated. I want to keep it simple. I just want this. I don't need to do all that. I want this. And then it allows you to, move forward, like I said. Which brings you to the step 2. Yep, Knight of Wands, which things really speed up and go fast. You went from the slowest night to the fastest night. So things are really progressing here. And with the 5 of Cups along with that, that is this energy changes from focusing on what's not going on and like kind of feeling down a little bit to it transforms and changes like the death card, this ending of the old delays and all the obstacles, and here comes this new possibility, and just boom, things really leap forward here for you in this. So really important, I feel like, just to not let everyone else's opinion of supposed to be and should be. Yeah, we can listen to what people have, um, to say, but it doesn't mean we have to take all the advice. We can just go, interesting. Thank you for that. I'll contemplate that, but don't let them restrict you and keep you from following your ideas as well, right? Which leads you to, yeah, very balanced energy, very good flow and cycle energy, which we like here. And it actually might even bring you to 2 opportunities that unfold instead of, it has to be this. It's like it can be this and this as well, if that makes sense to you. It's like I don't have to have it be, I can have it be 2 separate things. And, you know, this can start and then I can start this up later too. So I like this kind of divide and conquer kind of energy that comes in with that. So I like that. How many registrations will you get? Oh, so this must resonate. All right, let's take a look here. So based on current energies, once this all goes forward, in fact, let's do a when card here to find out when. When does this flood unfold, right? When does the drought, this feeling of a drought, right? When does this end? And then what does that registrations look like? Right. Yeah, I thought there was going to be more than one because I feel like it's stages. So you do have the Ace of Pentacles, which is all of the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I do feel like you get, the ace in the beginning. You get a little bit starting here, right? Which is, oh, it's funny. Yeah. Capricorn, it's December 22nd to January 19th. So the Ace of Pentacles it feels like it starts off a little, here it starts. Here's the seed. Um, and then you do have January 20th to February 18th. Let me see, you got 5 cards here. Let me just look at all these here because you got the King of Swords, Queen of Cups, Devil card, Capricorn energy again, December 22nd to January 19th. This is a big thing here for you. Yeah, because I feel like it builds and builds and builds here. Because you got the Devil card. Let me cover up the little nudity here, which is Capricorn season. It starts tomorrow, of course, goes through January 19th. And the Ace of Pentacles had Capricorn on it too. But you have like these jumps up every 4 months, right? Because it's December 22nd, then April 20th, then August 23rd. That comes in here. And then you have January 20th to February 18th, which is Aquarius season. And then you have February 19th to March 20th, which is after that, which is more that comes in here. And then the Queen of Cups. I feel like you have a big change in Cancer season next year is when I feel like you have this, like your heart feels very full. So it feels like it, you know, kind of builds Capricorn season and then Aquarius season and then um, Pisces season. So it's the next 3 months, it builds and builds and builds here. But I do feel like based on current energies, June 21st to July 22nd is when you're like, holy moly, hold on, gird your loins, look out. You better hold on because I feel like it really takes off for you there. Yeah, so hopefully that helps. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. There we go. And let's see what we got here. What else can we know about this opportunity? All right, this one here. And yeah, vitality. Boom. It says, I am the embodiment of strength and vitality, radiating physical power and vibrant life force. So I love this. It's almost like the strength card. I have the strength to do this. And of course, like I said, this is based on current energies too. A number, I can try to pull an exact number, but like I was about to say, with energy, it changes, right? For whatever you're focusing on. If you're focusing in on gratitude for what you have and what you have had, then more comes in, right? If I focus on lack, like need and want and, you know, um, need and want and any fears of not getting enough actually make it harder. The tide pushes things out where gratitude brings it in. So it can change too. So based on current energy, what's the number of registrations? What can we know here, please? All right, thank you. So we've got here, the number 9, and this is the 9 of swords, which is nightmare and insomnia and fear. So I do feel like with 9 registrations being here, um, that's why they wanted to say all that other things, but that can change if you're like, "All right, yeah, I'm focusing on I really need it, I want it, I fear I won't have it." That's the fear energy of the nightmare and insomnia nine of swords. It's like if I start focusing on the gratitude, I can multiply that. So hopefully that helps. Yeah, absolutely. All right, that's what they got for you there, Val. So thank you again for your donation. Hang in there. All right. So where we're at 2 hours and 40 minutes. Oh yeah, you must be behind. You must be behind in the stream. Well, it's interesting that it's the 9th of January and you got 9 registrations. All right. So Anna, you'll be up next for the donations after I'm do some free readings. I'm going to do about 30 minutes of free readings. And let me see. I think I saw another one. So we got footwork anxiously here. You got Anna. Those are yours. All right. Then anxiously dramatic. We will grab yours here and add you onto the free list here. Oh yeah. So sorry, anxiously dramatic. So um I in the description box of the video, it has all the list of everything, so I'll just let anyone and just for anyone new that's here too. "Hey, Melissa, good to see you." Um, so, um, donations get first priority, and so I step out of free readings and dive deeper. We Free readings are generally 1 to 2 cards, we dive deeper for donations, and get a fortune cookie too. I don't have any set dollar amounts for donations. Whatever you give from your heart. I know you're giving what you can. And so you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. Sorry, this hat is making my head itch. There we go. Have my Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and Square. So if you want to use any of those are all down in the description box too. And so you can make a donation that way. Right now, usually about 2.5 hours or so in, if I haven't got to any free readings, I take a little kind of step away, and for about 30 minutes, I will complete as many free readings in the first come, first serve order that I've been grabbing. And then, whatever I don't finish, I go back and I finish donations. Then, after I'm done with that, if I have the energy and then I'll work on some more free readings too. If you can ask for a general reading, or if you don't know what you want to ask spirit, or if you have a specific question, you can ask that too. But it's a 1 to 2 card for the free readings. All right, I think that's everything. Yeah, absolutely. You can ask Ravi, and you never have to ask. Just put your question out there, because if I don't see you asking and you're waiting for me to answer yes or no, you may not get a reading. So just put it out there. All right. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So I'll let you tell me if you want a general or if you have a specific question. I'm very glad to have you here. Melissa Hodzik. Hello, hello. I'll grab yours and put you on the list here. All right. I think we are good here so far. All right. But before we continue, I did drink a lot this afternoon and I need to run to little boy's room real quick. So I will be right back. Take me just a moment and then we'll jump into the free reading. So I'll be right back. All right. I am back. All right. Woof. Let me turn this tea off. I think we're almost done here. Take a quick sip and then we'll jump in. All right. So, oh, thank you so much. Anxiously dramatic. I'll add you on here to the donations. So when I get back to donations, we do have Anna up, and then you'll be up after that. We'll do a deeper dive. Okay. So let's begin my 30 minutes. We got not Ashvin. We got Touch of Love coming in. So Touch of Love, you are up first. So here is your timestamp. This is where the 30 minutes starts from. And you want to ask, what's coming for you tomorrow? Anything good? Of course, as we say that when everything is good tomorrow, everything's good always. We just maybe not always see it, but that's our choice, right? We get to choose the story of what we're seeing. We can have a good story or we can have horrible stories if we want, and there's no right or wrong. Whatever we choose to see is what we get to experience, right? So let's take a look here. Is it going to be is there something easier to be seen as good? Let's take a look. Yeah, you got the sun card, very bright. So here is like one of the if not the abundant fulfillment cards here. It's this bright light shining, this beautiful feeling of joy and fulfillment. And you have the Four of Cups along with it, which is contemplation here. And I feel like there is some beautiful breakthroughs here because the Sun card, Leo energy, also represents like your inner child. And I feel like with this Four of Cups energy, because it can be a stagnant energy and it can be a balanced energy to start off, but then if we stay too much at one emotional level, it does feel like things become stagnant. And so we want growth to transform and to allow ourselves to see things in a different way. And I do feel like there is this bit of transformation and contemplation that feels good because I feel like you have a realization tomorrow. Even if you do something um that is about like connecting to your inner child, right? And becoming the parent that your inner child never had, right? And there's like this I don't know, this embracing them. I one of the things when I was doing some inner child work, I actually went and visited myself in the past in the hospital when I was in the little, you know, bassinet or everything that they have off by myself. I walked into this room and there was no one in there, and I was in this room all by myself, is the way it felt for my little baby inner childness. And I went and picked him up and I just put him here and he just nuzzled in right here and I could feel the weight and I just held him and rocked him, gave him love, and I felt love back from him. And it was just like this wonderful experience. And I feel like that's kind of the energy of tomorrow for you, that you have this great opportunity for that. But it's all up to you, is what they really are saying, right? All right. That's what they have you for you, touch of love. So many blessings to you. Hey, Sreezenol, good. Welcome, welcome. I'll grab you and put you on the free list here too. Let's see, Ravi, can you ask if you have someone in love? Yeah, you can. I guess you are asking that, right? So that'll be your question. That's what you're gonna ask. I'm deciding. That's your question. All right. And then Sri Zonal. I'm probably totally mispronouncing that. Maybe the S is silent. Um, but I'll put you on the list here too. My apologies. All right. Kat Mia, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. Boom, boom, boom. And you had a dream today in the morning. What was the message of that dream? Run! I'm just kidding. Let's take a look here. What did they want you to know through this dream? All right. Well, you got 3 cards coming in here. You do have the King of Wands energy, yeah, with the 2 of Swords. And the magician. Wow. Yeah, very clear message here coming in here, and you can see how this relates to your dream, because the 2 of Swords is about, like, decision making and needing to make a decision about something and being conflicted. "Oh, what should I do? I don't wanna do the wrong thing." But the King of Wands and the Magician card are all about power, that you have the power to choose. The Two of Swords is the choice of story. I get to decide what something means and what something doesn't mean. Everyone has an opinion about everything, and everyone will. We do too. We have opinions about a lot of stuff. That's none of our business, right? So other people do. It's none of their business. That we don't have to let it determine what choice we make. We get to choose the story about what we want to do. And I feel like your dream had something to do with disappointing people um, and it's like your heart and your mind. Let's do it. This is your heart, this is your mind. Or maybe this is your heart and this is your mind, but they're in battling with one another, right? And your mind wants you to do this supposed to that everyone else is like telling you should do. And your heart is going, no, I want to do this. And this dream was them showing you, it's like your heart telling you, I want to do this, and your mind it almost feels like a court of sorts where your mind was giving their side and the heart was giving their side. And they're like, "What do you decide?" And it's a good energy because it's like you are the decider with this King of Wands and the Magician at this fork in the road. You get to decide. There's no wrong choice. That's a big piece. I feel like is the energy they wanted to bring through in the dream is there's no wrong choice. You can choose what you want. There's just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences, but there's no wrong choice. I feel like that's the big message they wanted to bring through. So hopefully that resonates for you there, Kat Mia. Many blessings to you. All right. Then we got user PC. You are up. Hello, hello. Didn't didn't get to your one like we did this morning, right? This one took a couple hours. That's your timestamp and like a general reading. Let's take a look here and see what does spirit have here for you. All right. Yeah, and you got this moon energy. Did you get moon energy this morning too? I can't remember. Wow, you got the sun and the moon. Beautiful, beautiful combination. There's this beautiful relationship, of course, between the sun and the moon. The moon reflects the sun to us. And there's something here about sometimes we can't receive the full energy of the sun all at once. And that's why the moon takes its turn to reflect the sun to us at a less, not so, because you can't look directly into the sun without burning our retinols eventually, right? But the moon allows us to see the sun's reflection and be able to absorb it more. And I feel like this moon energy here, that we're just in this new moon energy, and the sun is in, well, it's in Sagittarius right now. So the sun and the moon for a moment are in Sagittarius, and it's about allowing yourself to feel the reflection of the moon. Moon energy, I feel, is so important to you. There's a lot of astrological energy that's coming in here too. If if astrology, if astrology has interest you, I really feel this nudge of looking into it and just seeing. You probably already know, like, yeah, I am a master astrologer, but I feel like there is this energy of um, becoming aware of the weather of the astrology, following the moon, especially the cycles of the moon and the moon changing signs every 2 to 3 days, and just realizing how it influences you. Because that helps you prepare for the weather and it helps you weather the emotions more. And especially as empathic as you are, feeling, understanding why people are acting the way they are emotionally, right? When there's a fire moon, oh my God, right? You definitely um, realize the difference that we get from, you know, the interactions with people versus when people are in their head during air moons, right? And the different flavors that come with all the different moons every 2 to 3 days really helps. So I'm sure you're probably aware of those already, but I feel like there's an emphasis on it for you right now, especially. So That's what you have, especially with the Cancer full moon, super full moon coming up on January 3rd. Holy moly. All right. So that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. Right. Happy pill. You are up. Look at this too. 5555. Thank you for your donations earlier. There's your timestamp for your free reading and your general reading for you. What do they want you to know? Right. Nope, they don't want those. They do want that one. Oop, and this one here. All right. So you've got the 10 of cups and the 6 of wands. Wow. I like this energy because it's, I mean, who wouldn't? 10 of cups. Whoa, overflowing, beautiful joy, emotional fulfillment, overflow energy. And the 6 of wands, which is a victory and a movement energy that's coming in here too. Um, joy to the world, there's this like this, I feel like there's this emphasis for you here. And I feel like lately you've been getting these messages from here and other places too of you're entering this period of extreme manifestation that whatever you're focusing on comes in fast and huge. And so they're like, focus on joy so that you'll have more things to be joyful for. Because it's a very powerful energy. And I feel like that there is this opportunity. It's almost like that this is a once in a lifetime where all the planets are exactly in this, where it's like, whoa, you can make the most of it. Now, you still have other places that are high vibrational that you can draw things in, but I feel like this is one of the most auspicious times in your life where whatever you focus on does come in very big. So focus your especially your emotional energy on joy, feeling joy. Think of joyful things so that your joy in your heart can be magnified because you do draw things in. I feel like that's what they have here for you right now. Ooh, I like that. So many blessings to you. Happy pill. Happy, happy. All right. And then we got Doll Face Diva. Hello, Diva. Good to see you. So glad you're hanging out with us again. I hadn't seen you in a while. Thought maybe you got kidnapped by gypsies or something, it happens. I know it's phases. It's phases. I get it. But it's good to see you is what I wanted to say. General for you here. Got this here and here. So what does Spirit have here for you? Yeah, we got this new opportunity that's coming after a disappointment with the 3 of swords. It's expectations equal disappointment, feelings of heartbreak and poopiness, right? But the Ace of Pentacles, they're like telling you that this other thing had to end. This other thing wasn't in your highest experience of where you were going, and you actually were saved from some, I don't, some unnecessary troubles and things that would really slow down and weigh you down. And they were like, your soul and your spiritual team were like, no, we don't want this for our lifetime in this. We're intervening because there's something fated that they're nudging you towards. They were like, nope. So whoever this was, I feel like it was a who, not a what. Whoever this was, they're like, they were to disappoint you. They were to do what that they were because you're learning from it. It's growth. There's never any wasted experience, but it's sending you in this direction that is so much more in alignment for you. So I feel like that's the big message that they want you to know right now is it happened on purpose for a purpose, not to harm you, but to keep you from harm and to actually it's in your favor. In your favor. Like what is that? Hunger Games? May the odds ever be in your favor, and they are. All right, so that's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right, and then Maria P. Oh, look, you got 30003 coming in here. So here's her. This is for your free one. Thank you so much for your dual donations earlier. So a message from Wally to you. I like the Santa Claus. There we go. What else from Wally? Okay, not those. Ooh, this one here. Take a quick sip here. Got to stay non-parched. Yep. Oh, well, have to be careful how I say this, but we got the 8 of Wands, there's a lot of passion here, and the Magician, a lot of passion here. So their message to you, they've said so much to you already, through your other readings, right? But this one is like, "I miss having you with me bodily and energetically here with me." And I feel like that's their big message because I feel like that's what you really are feeling like a little bit rejected, a little bit, um, you know, denied because you wanted to be there, you wanted to help, you were afraid, you wanted to be around, but they were like, "No, no, I'm okay." And you're like, "Do they even love me?" It's like that feeling of rejection, right? But this is like, "I want you in so many ways." So, that's your message. That's all I can say on YouTube. Boom, boom. There you go, Maria. Let your head feel the rest. All right. Many blessings. Right. Livier Vagara, you are up. Hello, hello. Here's your timestamp. And you want to ask, is there upcoming positive news for your brother's request application and how much time? All right, we'll do a when card here to get the when and the decision here. What can we know about your brother's application? All right. Oh, in there. Let's see here. You got 2 cards. The first one is the Empress. You got April 21st to May 21st is the big abundant kind of energy that's coming in here. But I feel like before that, we do have March 21st to April 19th. Could be even sooner because the Emperor energy is about what they're focusing on. So they can, of course, we talk about it all the time, right? If you tell them, you know, if you focus on what you're grateful for things that you have gotten in the past, sincerely, can't fake it, sincere gratitude, even doing some sort of little flower sacrifice or like a sacrificial thing to a deity if they have one, if a saint or whatever, if it's to the universe, because ultimately that funnels it to the universe, right? But it's about true gratitude and act of gratitude, to help change the energy inside to, um, instead of want and need and that energy, Empress and Emperor, the divine masculine, feminine. I just noticed that, duh. But it is about changing that, brings things in faster. Right now, it looks like March 21st, and it does feel like there is acceptance here. There might be some delays or, it pushes it back to those timeframes, but it can be sooner based on their energy. They get to choose with that Emperor energy. Even the Emperor and Empress energy is about nurturing, action, and I like this, divine masculine, divine feminine. The reason why that's important is we do what we can, action with the masculine, that's action. And then whatever we've done everything we can, then we open up and surrender and receive from creator, right? But there's a difference in the energy of, if my energy is want and need and fear of not getting, then we talk about that tide pushing things away instead of gratitude bringing the tide of bringing things toward us, right? So it can push things away, make it more difficult. Like it's like trying to come in on a rowboat when the tide's going out, it's very hard to get in there. Whereas when the tide's coming in, you're like, whoa, here we are, right? So that's the kind of difference in the energy. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what they have for you. All right. So many blessings, Olivier. Then we got a Teshi Singh at 30505. Look at all these repeating numbers popping up here lately. There you go. And you want to know, will Hugh consider asking you out when you come back? All right, let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will they consider asking you out? All right, we do have these 2. We have the King of Cups. There's this balanced energy here, between head and heart. We have the Sun card, which is a victory energy. Excuse me. So there definitely feels like this is a positive energy that it's when they come back, when you come back, sorry, that they do um, ask you out here. Um, yeah, I feel like that's the answer. I don't have anything else. I feel like we've asked this and we did get that you're going to have communication before you leave, but then they ask you out um, for when you get back, I think, right? If it wasn't you, then it was someone else, but it feels like they're bringing that back to me just as a confirmation, like, "Yeah, that's right." So, hopefully that makes sense because all the readings kinda start running together for this human. So, when I get reminded of one, it's usually them. Alright, so Jojo, you are up next. Look, 30336. Again, these repeating numbers. Woo. Why is Jay ignoring you? Is that a turtle? Why is Jay ignoring you? All right. Let's see. You got these here. You've got here the 9 of wands. They're being rooster blocked by spirit. Your fairy godmother. There's 2 sets. There's the reason why behind the scenes, which is your fairy godmother, uh, that there is this, we talk about how they'll keep people from us that aren't for our path, um, from our higher selves, right? So um, that's funny. So that's that. But then the reason why the human isn't is they're in a bit of a putsy little say a pity party, feeling down. 3 of swords is heartache and expectations equal disappointment. So feeling really disappointed. And the 5 of pentacles is this lack energy, their fear of not being enough, not having enough, fear of abandonment, being left behind, being out in the cold. So they definitely have this grief and loss energy coming in where and if it's not towards you, it's just what they're experiencing and they're kind of just in this I'm just want to be by myself and I'm not answering anybody kind of energy here. But I do feel with the 9 of wands, there's like an energy field between you guys because they need to go through this on their own. Um, yeah, period. I was like, and like, no, just period. They need to go through this on their own. And so that's why they're ignoring you because they need to work through this. There's, no apology or anything needed from you or anything like that. It's something they need to work through. Uh, if it is from you or you were just being a mirror, but it kind of feels like they just had a lot of it from a lot of different um, directions. And so they're reminding me, I think I told you about the friend of mine that she when I wouldn't bring her food from 8 hours away, um, she told me I didn't think you'd be on the long list of assholes in my life. That's kind of the energy I'm getting here. Like they've got this long list of grievances against people. Everyone's disappointing me right now. Not everyone's not being who I want them to be. So you're not alone. It's not you. It's them. All right. So that's what they have for you, Jojo. Many blessings to you. All right. Brenda Globy, you are up. Here's your timestamp here. Anyone know what will 2026 bring AS and KTH? All right, let's take a look here. AS, KTH. Well, AS, we've got the 7 of pentacles. We got the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. So there is this slowness of things. They eventually get the results here. And KTH is the sun. So I feel like based on current energies, it takes a while to get there, but there is success. There is this brightness. There is this, um, you know, bright success and future that comes in here. Just feels like it takes a while, like if the 7, if that's July, but it feels like August, September, like toward the end of the year. Takes a long time to get there. Feels like forever, to the people involved or the people that are wanting things to happen faster, but, um, it is a, does feel like there's a victory and there is that kind of energy that comes in there. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. Hopefully that helps a little bit there. Many blessings to you. And then content or content, one or the other. Here's your timestamp. English, I swear, I know it can me pronounce so many different ways. But you want to know, why did D, the Gemini, end his last relationship? All right, let's take a look here. Whoa, all right. Well, let's see why. Boom, boom, boom. 4 cards. Well, we got the 10 of Wands. Well, right. Became too much of a burden. 9 of Wands. Kept on getting blocked with them here. The Devil card. Wow. Okay. And the Page of Cups. It feels here there were a lot of expectations. Like they were wanting, you know, they wanted happiness, they wanted love, but it feels like the other person had a lot of expectations, a lot of supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be here. And they were really putting a lot of energy on them. A lot of like it was a burden. It was like we talk about how, when we have no expectations and we meet somebody, they're like, wow, we think they're wonderful. We don't have any expectations. Everything they do is above and beyond, like they're awesome. But if as we bump up all these expectations, suddenly they're in the negative and they feel it and they're like, you mean I have to work hard just to get up to zero? And when they're so high, um, it just feels like it's not worth it. Cost benefit analysis, right? It's like, you're never happy with what I'm doing. I'm always being told what I'm not doing right. And, um, and that's what sucks the life out of a relationship. If we could focus on what we're grateful for in someone and just keep focusing on what we love about someone, what we love about the relationship, what I love about myself in the relationship, your relationship grows and grows and grows. When we focus on what's not happening, all the expectations, we end up focusing on the lack and we get more of that. That's what sucks the life out of things. And that's what happened in their past relationship. All right. So that's what we have there for you. Content. Many blessings to you. All right. And then we have Melissa Hotsick. You are up, Melissa. Let's grab your timestamp here. Boom. Does T think of you sometimes? Let's take a look here. Does T, right? Think of you sometimes. Yeah, I feel like they do every once in a while with the Ace of Pentacles. They look at and they think, maybe, do you think there would ever be a chance? But the Devil card is what ixnays it all, because the Devil card is, this energy of, it's Capricorn thinking energy, but it is about all the rules and the chains and the expectations and, long held beliefs um, and it does feel like they, when they get into their thinking mode, they think about the good times, and that's when they think, "Oh, wow." But then everything else comes crashing down, all of these that gets too noisy in their head, and they're like, "No, no, no, it can't." So they think about you, and they think about the good times, but then they think about all the pressure. This is all the expectations in their head, all the stuff that, "No, no, it can't work because of this and that and this and that and this and that," didn't happen and couldn't happen and blah, blah, blah. So they have a lot of inner work to do in releasing a lot of long-held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that made them feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. That's what brought in the burden of the relationship, right? But this. They do have these gleams of, "Wow, I remember that," and but then everything else catches up, right? It's like, oh, their mind gets very loud and drowns out and gets their attention away from that there. But they do think about the good times. But I wouldn't count on anything kind of re-emerging from that. All right. All right. Many blessings hanging there, my dear. All right. Ravi, you are up 3:15:56. Boom, boom. And you want to ask if you have someone that's in love with you, right? Or that there will be love in your life. Let's take a look here. Is there someone that is in love with you now? And if not, we'll just ask a separate question, just because I'm not sure which route you were going in that. Spirit knows. But do you have love in your future, right? You have the full card here, fresh start, 0. I don't feel like there's someone that's secretly in love with you or anything like that right now. This feels like a fresh start, like you're on this new adventure. Do you have someone in the future here? Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, the 4 of Wands. In your future, there is marriage with the 4 of Wands marriage card. Um, you do have the Ace of Wands. It will be someone new. You don't know them yet. That with that Ace of Wands energy, it'll be a new passion, a new spark. The thing to work on in the meantime is with the Nine of Swords, which is a lot of fears or expectations around what a relationship and love is, right? A lot of supposed to be, should be, need to be around like, well, this is who they're supposed to be, who they're supposed to be in the relationship, how a relationship is supposed to form, how it's supposed to proceed, how it's supposed to end up, what it's supposed to bring to me, who I'm supposed to be in it. Oh, doesn't that sound exhausting? That's what these Nine of Swords do. It sucks the life out of things. So, kind of your journey right now with that full card is letting go of as many of those expectations as you can, clearing out, all the opinion of that is, and let it love be an adventure instead of a job that needs to be filled, right? If you check out my podcast um, series, The Easier Path, I talk about a lot of the relationship things in there. And I think, was it this last one? I think it was this last one, Unicorn of Love. Here, I'll post it since I have it right here. For anyone that's interested, the entire playlist is in the description box of this video, but this last one talks about the difference between love being work and love being play, and they're kind of nudging towards the play because when you're out living the passion and living your life, then you bump into someone who's also living their passion and something sparks and it grows versus which is like that Ace of Wands that you got. But if we are looking at it like it's a position that's supposed to be filled and we put out an ad and we're interviewing them, meaning dating, and we're doing background checks, meaning we're checking their social media. We know we do that. The dating is the interviewing. And then we're like, I think you'll be good. And then we agree to hire them into that position in our life and we find out they lied on their resume. And then we terminate them. And then we have to go through the whole process again. It's work. It's exhausting. The other is living in light. But if you check out that podcast, that'll give you some of that there. But you definitely feel like you do have love in the future because you have that marriage there in the future. But now it's about getting rid of these thoughts and beliefs that hold you down because that will keep you in lower vibrational energy and keep drawing in the same type of people doing the same thing we've always done and getting the same result, right? This is about changing mindsets and getting rid of these expectations so that your love vibration gets moved up and you draw that in. So that's what they have for you, Ravi. So many blessings to you. Hey, Touch of Love, you're very welcome. I love that for you. All right. And I only have just one more free reading. So I'm going to do that one real quick and then I'll go and complete the donations. So thank you guys. I know I went a little more than 30 minutes. So we got Reasonall, maybe? I probably murdered that. My apologies again. I keep doing that. But here is your timestamp. If you didn't understand the name I was trying to do, there you go. You want to know your question is, should you start teaching the course you want to teach? Ooh, let's take a look here. You're welcome, Robbie. All right. So based on current energies, Is it in your highest experience? And everyone involved to teach this. Six of Cups. Ooh, I like that energy here. Past life energy. You got the Devil card, which is the work and knowledge. You've got the Hierophant. Yeah, teacher student energy. I was waiting for it. And the Ace of Swords, which is all about clarity and education energy here. So I definitely feel like there is this positive energy here. I mean, the Hierophant alone would have given me a yes, because that is helping people see things from a higher perspective. It is teacher student energy. And the Ace of Swords, the same. And the Devil card is Capricorn season. It's about helping people let go of old ways of thinking, seeing things from a different perspective too. Six of Cups is interesting because that's child or things coming back from the past kind of energy. But it does feel kind of like teaching children kind of energy. I know you're probably not wanting to teach, it's not really children, but it does. I have this picture of like teacher student, right? Helping people um, their past, maybe. I'm not sure what course you're teaching, but the six of energy as well. But definitely with these, it's definitely a yes, that it helps you kind of process things from your own past, the whole process of teaching this new course, but also you help pass on this, what you've gleaned as well. So if that makes sense. But I definitely feel like that's a yes. Right. So that's what I have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, take a sip here, and we'll dive back into the donations here. I got a couple. We got Anna, and then Anxiously Dramatic. All right. So, Anna, 32251. Here is your time stamp. Thank you so much for your donation. We'll give that a love and a like here. I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And I told my host, you said hello, because it was too late last night. She had already gone to bed. So today I told her hello, and she says, "Oh, tell her hello back." So there you go. All right. Hello, hello. So spirit message reading on your brother. Oh, Uncle Dave. Um, you had a crazy dream last night. In short, we were jumping timelines. It's crazy. You had placed a rock in a certain spot to prove later we were there together. You remember in your dream you made a reference to when Hermione, oh, okay, yeah, from Harry Potter, was playing, oh, with her time necklace, so not to miss classes. Oh, I love that. um, I've been deeply mourning his loss. Yeah, so you recognize that's a human thing. I know he's with your son all the time. He leaves us messages. We feel the energy. Oh, I love that being said. I greatly miss his human self. All right, absolutely. So your question here is, let me see here. Did you ask? Let me just make sure you didn't ask somewhere else a specific question. All right, no. All right. So let me look at this again. I didn't grab a question from that. Let me just see here. Oh, a spirit message reading. Oh, just from an Uncle Dave because you had a dream about him. I get it. I get it. So, anything from him about the dream or what's going on, etc. All right. Let's see what we want here. What does he want you to know? Uncle Dave. Be patient, right? It's always his message to you. Be patient. Be patient. All right. And then these here. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, right? Pause. Pause. Be still. That's funny. It is a transformational energy. See things from a higher perspective. Transformational energy. Um, I feel like he's saying, I am Batman, coming in there too. That's funny. All right, let's see what else he has here. Yeah, Ace of Wands, inspiration, and the Three of Swords, which is an interesting combo because, the Three of Swords represents expectations equal disappointment, and, that's where a lot of the life gets sucked out of things. The Ace of Wands is about inspiration, but it's also about being aware where we're investing our energy. And I feel like there's just a gentle message because he knows you know this, just a reminder when we focus in on supposed to be, that's when we set ourselves up for um so and I feel like he wants to go not just but if that's something that he used to do or something, he just really wanted to emphasize that. Just do that. Um, and it's like it's because that's one of the challenging things of humans is we get stuck in our head, right? Especially Geminis and Aquarians and Virgos and Capricorns and Libras too, right? And sometimes Scorpios get stuck in our heads. So there is this get out of your head, because you're focusing on these things and uh, just a gentle reminder. All right, what else? Got the Page of Wands. Yeah, here's more action energy with the Page of Wands. We got the Ten of Pentacles. All right. I feel like there's something around relationship energy here. What else do we have here? Yeah, the Five of Pentacles. There's some loss energy here. And then the Six of Cups as well. This this is child energy with the Six of Cups a little bit, but this actually with all this skipping timelines and everything, it makes total sense here because I was like, it wasn't that you guys were skipping timelines, you were visiting past lives. And that's what the Six of Cups is past life energies. And this relationship, because the Page of Wands is the magic wand. So you got your Harry Potter energy going on here. And the Ten of Pentacles is these, and it's funny because you got 5 and 10, right? So it's like, well, we went and visited 10 different, times, uh, of where we were, which is basically like timelines, right? But different lifetimes that you guys have lived and are living in other, you know, um, times. And 5 of them had to do with loss, and the other 5 had to do with, abundance. And they were like, 'cause we wanted to see both sides, We wanted to balance it. So, it's interesting that, there was this, we visited 5 of the lifetimes that really sucked and 5 lifetimes that were really cool because we wanted to see the contrasts. It's funny that he's showing me the 3 ghosts of Christmas, the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas present, the ghost of Christmas future, and he's like, "I wanted to show you all that because of showing the difference here." That makes total sense now that, you know, with the Three of Swords, that's about the disappointments and all that, and, if we focus in on that, this is what we get, but if we focus on this other one, this is what we get. So they were, like, showing you, the different experiences you guys had, and so that you could have that knowledge to make an educated decision in this lifetime. Below the surface of those 3, we got the Four of Wands, choose joy, choose celebration, that's coming in here. We also have the Chariot, the power of choice, and the Queen of Swords. There you go, there's your energy, right? The balance between the head and the heart, composure. So, I like that energy kinda coming in there. Would you say it's crazy? One of the timelines you were wearing your wedding dress, but the one I was married in, to your ex. Oh, yeah, right. You're like, "There you go." So it's still yeah, that's the thing. Our brain is the projector. It's almost like a PowerPoint presentation, and the graphics you can pull from are only the graphics from what are in your head of your experiences in this lifetime. It's like you had to have been able to see it and experience it in this lifetime for them to project it on the little movie screen. It's almost like he's showing me magazines. You have to this is the magazine that you have to make your collage with. You have to cut that out, and then you have to paste it and put it up here. He wasn't a vision board person, was he? But I feel like that was the big message that he was bringing in, you know, for those periods there. That's funny. So I like that, that's interesting. So let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. All right. There we go. And you got, oh, look, multi-dimensional. Hilarious. We are multi-dimensional beings. And it says, this is hilarious. It always works out this way, doesn't it? I send healing love to my past, my present, and future selves, unifying all aspects of my soul in sacred harmony. Can't make it up. I don't know if you can read that here, but I love that. I send healing love to my past, my present, and my future selves. So perfect. So it's exactly what it was. Boom, boom, shaka, shaka, boom, boom. Right. So that's what you have from Uncle Dave. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So anxiously dramatic. Let's take a look here. I'll see what you said down here. And there's your timestamp. We'll give your donation a love and a like. Thank you for being a new subscriber and donating right away. So you said you have so many questions. I wonder if I can just get a general reading, or do you need a question? No, you can do a general reading. If you want to know, I don't know, what does spirit want me to know right now? That's the general reading. And then if you ever have, specific questions, you can ask those, um, you know, as well. All right. So let's see what spirit has for you, what you need to know right now. What's not, there's really no need to know, but it's like what makes your path an easier path in knowing right now? What kind of guidance and information would be helpful for you? Okay, we got these and these. I like this one too underneath the surface of this one. All right. Okie dokie. Let me just move these around here and get my little space all organized. I always have all these cards down, so I don't know what they are yet. We'll find out. The bottom of the deck, this is what the overall energy of your reading is. It's like the below the surface, the foundation, and then we build upon it. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles energy is a card of independence in a way. It also can be an energy of like a hermit from the outside world a bit. And you might be feeling a little bit like you're in solitary confinement when this card comes up. And it's like, what did I do to deserve this? Right. But it's for you because it's an independence. And the Nine of Pentacles usually shows someone in a walled garden with spirit. So you're not alone. You might be alone physically, but it's a really important time of spirit working with you, bringing you revelations, showing you things, helping prepare you for things, bringing you great knowledge and some wisdom. So we'll see what this is about here. Your first two cards. Yeah, you've got the Fool card here. This makes sense too. Another 9. So a lot of hermity energy. 9 is the number of the Hermit card in the Major Arcana. That's where we get that from. But the Fool card is the first card in the Major Arcana. and it is about possibilities and letting go of thoughts and beliefs and expectations. The Nine of Swords is like a nightmare and insomnia card. It's this exhaustion of I'm trying to do so many things. I'm trying to live up to so many supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's that I might even be losing sleep over it. But you're so ready with the nines, you're at the ending of something. Nine is like the ending, 10 is the walking out the door into something new, the leaving the old, stepping into the new. But I feel like with these cards, you're ready to let some stuff go that's been really putting a lot of pressure on you and bringing that in. And the full card is that energy, like I said, of possibilities. It's the follows the world card, which is the ending of old cycles, and the full card is the beginning of a new adventure, like a little child when they first come into the world and they think anything's possible until adults go, "No, it's not," "No, no, 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 no," right? So there is this, like, kind of freeing ourselves from this limiting thoughts and beliefs energy. So we'll see more about what this is here. Yeah, you've got the 3 of Wands, energy that's coming in here with the 6 of Pentacles, and you also have the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant, the major arcana number 5, the Lord of Change, allows you to see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective. It's kind of a teaching moment. It's, conflict comes up that allows us to see things differently. And, when we get into that 6 of Pentacles, that has a lot to do with your rate of exchange, like, what do I have to give in order to receive? Goes back to childhood, usually 7 years old and younger, where we learn that this belief that I have to give 1,000 love coins to get 1 back, and whatever, individuals were back then that taught us that, that was teaching us to, our little child self was like, "That seems fair," and then it goes into our subconscious, and we run off of that way out of balance, unfair rate of exchange. And but this, whatever this, these obstacles, these fears, and all these things that were bubbling up here with that 9 of Swords, this is teaching you to see things differently. And with that 3 of Wands, it is saying that with new information, um, I now can go a different direction. Places I thought were off limits to me before, because no, I can't go that way. I don't deserve that. Now there's this deservedness that comes in that allows you to go in this direction. Let's see what this is more about here. Yeah, I got the 5 of Cups. So there is this sorrow energy, this feeling of disappointment, this feeling lower vibrational emotional energy rooted in fears, sorrow, sadness, loss kind of energy. And the 5 again with the Hierophant, this is a change. It takes us from that. Normally, the 5 of Cups, you'll see someone kind of mourning over the 3 spilt cups, while behind them are the 2 cups of the power of emotional choice. And there's this bridge that goes across to this castle, but we're all focused in on the loss and this lower vibrational, you know, emotional energy. We can't see it through our tears, right? But this is a powerful energy because you realize through this, whatever's coming up to this point, that I get to choose how I feel. No one makes me feel any way. And I know in the beginning when we first hear that, we're like, wait a minute. Well, when they did this, I felt this. So didn't they make me feel this way? No. The outside world just is. But we are the ones that assign the story to it. We are the one that choose the emotional soundtrack to go to the story. We're the one that choose the physical actions in reaction or response to that story, and we choose the energy we focus on. We draw all this stuff in. We're the ones that are driving the bus. We're like, "How did this bus end up in the ditch?" "I don't know, you're driving it. How did it?" "What? I'm driving it?" That's probably why it wrecked, because you weren't at the steering wheel, you were letting it on autopilot. That's what happens with all of us, and when I say you, it's not you, it's us being you. Um, that's what happens with all of us humans, and I like this realization that I get to choose what something means, how I feel about it, what I do about it, and I'm not responsible for anyone else's. And no one can choose for me. I get to choose. Now, we are given a lot growing up, a lot of opinion around what story about what something is supposed to mean, how I should feel, how I'm supposed to feel, how I'm supposed to act, blah, 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 right? All this opinion. We're growing up again as in little children growing up. We don't know any better. What? I don't have to accept that? When they hand it to me, I don't have to take it? No. We're like, "No, that's your opinion. I don't need that had to be my opinion." But for survival, we just took it all, right? But now we can question our stories, we can question our emotions, we can question our energy and our actions and go, "What do I want?" Not what I think I'm supposed to want, but what do I want? I can question it. And this is a good transformational energy. I feel like you're really at this point, and this feels like this little, you know, solitary confinement. It's done you some good. Right? You're like, "Ugh, it's been grr," but you're like, "Wow, look how far I've come." Look back 9 months ago and look at the difference of who you are now compared to then. Where this is leading you to, yeah, you're letting go of the heartache and the disappointment with the 3 of swords, and the judgment card is that you're calling. You're realizing that all of these restrictions are keeping you from going and living your dream, and now this is that 3 of wands, you're like, "I can go a different direction than I ever thought I could because of all these rules I had growing up. But now I realize I can go a different route than I wanna go," right? The 3 of wands, the 3 of swords. They're showing me this old Star Trek. They communicate a lot through movies and TV because I watched so much of it growing up. There's this old Star Trek with Sulu way back in the day with William Shatner as Captain Kirk, and in Sulu's mind, he saw all these blades in front of the ship, and, the captain wanted him to go forward, and he goes, "No! Don't you see? You're gonna kill us all." It's those fears that weren't really there, they were illusions, and he was like, "What?" And so they, took him out because he had something going on with some sort of alien or something. I forget what the reason was, but it was fear that was keeping them from moving forward. And that's the big message that's coming in here. Trekkies. All right. And then where else is this leading you to? Yeah, the 2 of wands. Where do you want to go? The 4 of wands. Joy, happiness, celebration, maybe even marriage, if that's something that's on your radar. But the 2 of wands does tell us that's that reiteration, right? I have a choice of story, what something means. I have the choice of emotions, what I want to feel. I have a choice of my physical actions. The 2 of wands is what do I focus my energy on? Because whatever I focus on is what I draw to me. And again, it's all choice. Life is easy. It's 2 choices every moment. Lower vibration rooted in fear, higher vibration rooted in unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and play. It's one or the other. What is what we're choosing. And there's no wrong choice. That's the important thing from spirit. There's no should, supposed to, need to, have to, good, better, whatever. There's just different choices with different experiences and different outcomes, and they don't judge it. They're just like, everything is an adventure. We're eternal beings. We're going to experience everything at some point. They're like, well, why not experience that now? No problem. We want it all. So let's do it. Right. But this is telling us that if we're focusing in on, the lower vibration, which is what we're taught as humans, right? We don't know there's a second choice. But when we do, that's where our freedom comes in and our power comes in. Because when we look at the 2 of wands, and go, if I'm focusing in on want and need, that's lack energy because I'm saying that I don't have something now, so I need something else. I want something else. I fear I won't have what I need, as well. And that is the tide that pushes things away from me. If I sit in the now and I'm grateful for what I do have and what I do have in this moment or have had, that's have energy, not have not energy, right? So as I do have energy and I'm grateful for what I have had and do have, then that brings a tide in and it brings things to us. So the difference in the energy stands for us. And that four of wands is joy. So it's like when we choose joy, we get more joyful things. When I choose pain and suffering and sadness and resentment and revenge and I get more of that, right? And it's like that ancient dark wolf, white wolf, whatever you feed is what grows, right? And underneath that energy, you do have the seven of swords. Yeah. Here's how we've been deceiving ourselves. This is setting ourselves free from these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, like we said, with those nine of swords too, from the past that have kept us feeling limited and cheating us out of opportunities because it's what we thought. And it's about being gentle with ourselves and not going, oh, I should have, I needed to. It's been a perfect experience. No moment is ever wasted. But now that we have the power, then we can go, wow, my life is about to change because I'm the one in the driver's seat. I'm not in a taxi being driven somewhere that I don't know where we're going. I'm the one driving. Creator's my co-pilot. My spiritual posse's in the back. They're puppies, just happy to be along for the ride. No judgment. They're like, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? There's no wrong way. What do you want to do? And it's freeing. So I feel like that's the big thing they have for you right now. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in. Hopefully that brings you the clarity that is helpful for you at this point. Let's see what this is here. So your fortune cookie says spiritual guidance. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful card. I attune to the frequency of my higher self and my spiritual guides, receiving truth and clarity from beyond the physical world. It's a good affirmation, transformation card that comes in. But it's the frequency of spirit is that higher vibration, unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and all that. The lower vibration's noisy. That's what makes it hard for us to hear from the spirit world because it's so loud and noisy. It's like being in a loud bar where the music's like blasting, right? And you can see their lips moving, but you're like, I can't hear you. But when we turn down the fear, turn down that noise, and turn up the other, we can hear it so much more clearly. So I love that. Oh, I'm glad. Spot on. Great. We just lost your husband who was struggling for a long time. You've been a hermit, focus on your health and grief, widow of teens now, and trying to figure out our new path in life. Oh, I love that. Absolutely. And of course, um, your husband is always with you as their higher self now. They're always near you and your children, giving you guys messages and stuff too. Um, but if you ever want messages from them, we can do messages from people from the other side too. And, whatever you'd like to do as well. Um, all of my personal readings for everyone, this is for everyone, not just you specifically, um, are on special until the end of the year, January 1st through January 1st. I'll be changing them back on January 2nd. All the information's down in the description box of this video. We also have a giveaway coming up. I give away a 30-minute personal recorded reading and a hedge of peace in a drawing every new moon and full moon. I just gave away one a couple of days ago for the new moon. Here's the full moon one, and the link is always in the description box of the video too. Of the current whatever the most closest, I guess the word I was looking for. I was like, that's not the future. It's the future. The closest one in the future that's coming is always listed down in the description box. Blah, blah, blah. Also, I do have a free podcast called The Easier Path. And if anyone wants to check that out, here's the most recent one, and the playlist is listed in the description box of the video. If you're interested in checking those out, the playlist is also on my main page of my channel. So I love that here. Absolutely. Well, we'll love to have you back. You can be one of the Zen friends. We definitely have plenty of room for as many Zen friends, and it's a place full of love and laughter, which is helps us all have an easier path, which you definitely are in a wonderful adventure for sure. So hang in there. Know you are loved, and of course, all your loved ones are always around us. Those on the other side, as their higher selves, not as the jerks they were. No, he wasn't a jerk. He's funny, but we can always connect with them as well. And I think that's everyone. I don't have any other donations or any other free readings, I don't think, in here. So upon that, we'll shut down the session. I'm also here tomorrow. I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then also on Saturday and Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you guys want to join me then, he was the best loving jerk. Yeah, right. You're like, you jerk. I love it. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Enjoy these new moon dreams. We definitely have it there. Yes, sweet dreams, Deb Deb. And know you are loved. And have some playtime. Have a little joy, right? Why are we being so serious? It's a giant playground. Let's go play. All right, everybody. Much love. We'll see you soon.